Question number 4 in the Fast Five for Nick Raymer. What's one sport you never got to play but would like to try?
Hockey.
Hockey. Have you ever been on skates?
No, once. If you never get a video, you'll laugh. No, I would love to do hockey. I think it'd just kind of be a fun sport that I would love to try.
And our final question on the Fast Five for Nick Raymer here on the Senior Spotlight. What is your favorite memory from youth football? You started back in the 4th grade. What's your favorite memory from back when you were a little guy just learning the game?
Oh, okay. So in 6th grade, I spent the night at a friend's house before like a playoff game. And it was around Halloween, and we dyed my hair black. And then I put on the helmet the next day and taking it off. It was just all this black covered. It was running down my face. I feel like that would always be my favorite.
Nick Raymer's made a lot of great memories as a Colby Eagle these last 4 years, hoping to make some more great ones at Denon Field tonight in round 1 of the 3A playoffs. Nick, it's been a pleasure watching you play. It was a pleasure getting to have you on the Senior Spotlight.
Thank you.
That's Nick Raymer. We're going to hear from Reese McKinney, the head coach of the Colby Eagles, next on the Funk Optometry pregame show. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio on 100.3 The Ride.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you. It's your future. Let's protect it. Call Farm Bureau agent David Brown or Andrew Flanagan in Colby or Atwood today.
Dying is one of the few events in life that is certain to occur, yet one we are not likely to plan for. Hi, I'm Jason with Ballman Mortuary in Colby, Atwood, and Oakley. Pre-arranging your funeral service is a great way to make sure your family is taken care of, even after you're gone. At Ballman Mortuary, we'll help you plan ahead and make sure that your wishes are taken care of from the type of service, monument, and casket you would like. We can set up pre-funding arrangements designed specifically for end-of-life needs. At Ballman Mortuary, we are dedicated to ensuring that your loved one's memories are cherished. See our website at ballmanmortuary.com today for more information.
Farmers, after fall harvest and before you put that combine or tractor away for the season, well, now would be the time to contact your service manager at American Implement about their winter service special. Take advantage of no interest, no payment for 180 days with approved credit. This service special through John Deere offers you tremendous incentives, plus your machines will be ready to roll next season, so you'll save time and money. Contact your local service manager at American Implement, your John Deere dealer in Colby, Goodland, Oakley, and Wheeler.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So, you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles, too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
See your local Culligan dealer, Scheffner's Water Conditioning in Goodland and Colby.
The Reese McKinney Show on the Funk Optometry pregame show.
The Funk Optometry pregame show continues here on 100.3 The Ride. Coverage of the Colby Eagles in round 1 of the Class 3A playoffs tonight as they host the Concordia Panthers. It's time to hear from the head coach of the Colby Eagles, Reese McKinney, joins me now. And Reese, coming off of the 38-12 win over Goodland last Friday night, what did you like best about the way your team performed in that one?
Oh, just the overall physicality of the game. I thought we played physical up front all night, and then the secondary came up and hit. The running backs ran hard and physical the whole time, and we blocked till the whistle, and just the overall physicality the guys brought to the game.
Defensively, the last 2 weeks, you've submitted, I think, probably your 2 best defensive efforts of the season, back-to-back, forced 7 turnovers in that win over Goodland. What is the biggest reason behind the defensive improvement that we've seen as the year's gone on?
Well, we changed it back a little bit to the forefront that they've had for 3 years, and they just play better there. Our linebackers, we switched some of them up a little bit and brought some new guys in to run some of those positions, and it's looked really clean, and they've been able to play faster. I feel like they finally feel comfortable in what we're doing, and then they can act and react faster.
How important is communication as far as that group goes? Because you've got guys who've been playing together now for a couple of years, and they've been on that defense together. How important is their ability to kind of communicate with each other pre-snap or in the course of a game to make sure that they do get those things right and continue to build on those quality performances?
It's pivotal in the secondary. If you're not getting any of your calls, or a corner thinks you're in cover 3 and you're in man or something like that, it's just blown coverage and an easy touchdown for the offense. In the run game, it's the same. Everyone's got a job they're supposed to do, a gap they're supposed to fill, and if they don't get that communicated of where they're supposed to go or which alignment they're supposed to be in, someone don't know where they're supposed to be.
Offensively, finished with 38 points, but had some opportunities in the red zone that didn't go the way you wanted them to go. What things can you clean up in that short yardage, those red zone opportunities that maybe you didn't kick quite right on Friday that you know you're capable of doing better?
Yeah, I think it's just the execution of it. We've got to put in more time in practice. We got to make sure we're working hard when we go to our short game there, short yardage, picking those up in the red zone, practice those each week. So we got to make sure that we're doing that.
Does it seem collectively like your senior group is really raising its game? Because I've seen the last 2 weeks that just about every single one of these seniors is making a play on either side of the ball. Whoever it is, they're stepping up. They're making a play. Last week, I thought Colin Carroll in particular had a sack and a half, and I think he had a fumble recovery too. Bryce Myers with the 2 picks last week. It's someone new, but the seniors in particular really seem to be elevating their game. Have you sensed that with them?
I have. I mean, they've had great leadership all along. They just, like I said, I feel like for some reason we changed that forefront. Practice has been cleaner. I think after that last loss, they were done. They were fed up with it. They were tired of losing. They knew they had put too much into it, and they were just hungry. I mean, it made them hungrier than ever. So maybe the best thing that ever happened was a loss.
We're talking with Reese McKinney, the head coach of the Colby Eagles, here on the Funk Optometry pregame show. Let's shift focus to tonight's opponent, the Concordia Panthers. What jumps out about them when you get to look at them on film?
They got some big guys up front, bring their feet. They run hard. Quarterback throws well. We're going to have to be disciplined on defense. Same thing in the trenches on offense. They got those big guys in the middle, and we got to make sure we take care of them and work on them to the whistle.
When you scout the stat sheet with this team, they have some pretty eye-popping yards per carry numbers. They are able to pick up pretty good chunks on the ground. They have the standout running back, Kean Miller. What things do they do to run the ball effectively, and how do you counter that as a defense?
Like I said, those big guys block well. They move. They get out in space. They run a lot of RPOs, which are always dangerous if you don't make them pay for doing them. The coaches isn't afraid to call the same play 10 times in a row if they're picking it up. So you've got to be disciplined. You got to be ready to adapt quickly. Otherwise, they'll eat you up in a hurry.
Talking with Reese McKinney, the head coach of the Colby Eagles. One of your former assistants, Brad Wildeman, is on their staff. His son is a starting linebacker on that team. They run a defense that, at least personnel-wise, has maybe some similarities to some things we've seen on your team the last couple of years. Do you have some familiarity with maybe their defensive scheme coming in? Does it look familiar?
Yeah, but ours does to them as well. I mean, Brad did a great job for Colby as long as he was here. He's always worked hard. He's always been a grinder. He's really dedicated to his craft and his job, and I guarantee he's put the time in for this week. So the familiarity goes a little bit both ways.
What things in particular offensively are you really feeling confident in going into this week right now? It feels like you found a pretty good balanced run pass. What things are you most confident in, particularly against a defense that's going to be able to show you a diversified look like that 4-4 can?
We got an upperclassman O-lineman. They've got to do their jobs, trust themselves, trust each other, and do their job every play. That's who we got to have our confidence in.
The other thing that really stands out about Concordia, they start fast. They've got a lot of first quarter points this year. It kind of stands in contrast to some of the things we've talked about with your group this year, having trouble sometimes getting out of the gate. What are the things that they do well, you notice maybe early in games? They script well in the first quarter, or what things stand out about how they start fast, and what can you do to counterpunch?
I think they come out in some stuff maybe they haven't shown you before in the last couple games. Probably rep it for 2 weeks before you see it. So we got to be ready, maybe spend timeouts real early to shut it down so we can make adjustments defensively, and then offensively, maybe the opposite, slow it down on offense so we can see pre-snap what they're planning on doing, and then call our plays based on that.
Last thing for you, Reese, there are only 16 Class 3A teams that have the privilege that you guys do tonight. Get to play at home in round one of the playoffs. Get your seniors at least one more home game. What is the message this week, not just from you, but from these upperclassmen to the younger guys, as you've really embraced that brotherhood these last couple of weeks, and your seniors have taken more of an active leadership role? Yeah,
you've got to, the underclassmen have got to also increase their role on the team. They've got to practice better. They've got to practice harder, and the message is to get these guys one more week. They've deserved it. They've earned it. They've put the time in for 4 years. They've lifted hard. They've done the off-season stuff. They play multiple sports like I ask them to. And I tell all the underclassmen, it's your job to do it for them, and then somebody will do it for you.
Reese McKinney is the head coach of the Colby Eagles. Reese, best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
We will have a weather update and then the lineups and a kick from Denon Field. It's round one of the Class 3A postseason. The Colby Eagles and the Concordia Panthers coming your way next here on your home for the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
The new school year is underway, and you made sure your kids got all the supplies they needed to be successful. Backpacks, pens, paper, pencils, notebooks. But did you make sure that they had the visual tools they needed to be successful? Hi, this is Dr. Sam Funk with Funk Optometry in Colby, Atwood, and Hoxie. And studies show that up to 80% of learning is visual. Make sure your kids have the visual tools they need to be successful. Call my office today to make an appointment in Colby, Atwood, or Hoxie. And let's make this a successful school year.
When it comes to agriculture, Farm Credit of Western Kansas and Colby is your one-stop shop for all your credit needs. We offer a variety of loan products, including operating lines of credit, equipment and cattle loans, and real estate mortgage loans with long-term fixed rates up to 30 years. Farm Credit of Western Kansas is member-owned and pays an annual cash patronage, with this year's patronage totaling $3.5 million. Come see us at 1190 South Range in Colby, or call us toll-free 1-800-657-6048.
Roof worn out and it needs replaced. Who you gonna call?
Roof Masters!
Roof Masters Roofing at Colby has been your premier roofing contractor for over 40 years, offering free estimates on all types of roofs, as well as seamless rain gutters and vinyl siding. So give us a call today. What's that number, Jake?
462-6642. I think you better call
Roof Masters!
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
Here's a look at tonight's weather forecast on the Funk Optometry pregame show.
A calm and cool fall night on the docket for Colby and Denon Field tonight, with kickoff temperature expected to be in the upper 50s, getting down into the lower 50s, maybe the upper 40s by the time things are done tonight. Overnight lows around 37. Tomorrow, frosty in the morning, but sunny, high in the 70s. And then it's going to get cold, 49 the scheduled high for Sunday. And there is snow in the forecast on Monday and Monday night. So just be ready for that. Fall is arriving, and November is arriving with a vengeance starting next week. But for tonight, calm and cool. An ideal fall night for football in round one of the Class 3A postseason. It's the Colby Eagles and the Concordia Panthers. It's coming up next here on your home for the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Technology sure has changed since the mid-90s. Even though times have changed and technology has vastly improved,
thank God,
the quality sales and service team at Office Works and Home Furnishings continues to be the best in the Northwest at making your office work. They provide the prompt professional service on site and in their shop. Plus, they got anything your office may need, from desks and printers all the way down to that pin with a chain on it. Call for sales or service at 462-2222 or come see their showroom on South Range in Colby.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
Second down and goal at the 5. Play action fake. Mahomes retreating. Now sprinting to his right, eluding the rush. Pump fake it. Now cut it inside the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Kansas City!
The Chiefs return home and to prime time to take on the New York Giants Monday night at GEHA Field at Arrowhead. Pre-game starts at 6 right here on your home for Kansas City Chiefs football.
The Chiefs play here all season long on 100.3 The Ride.
Our claws and senses are sharp and we're ready to eat them up.
Wow, what a victory!
Head coach Chris Kleiman and the Wildcats are ready to pound the stone all season long. Join us Saturday as the Wildcats battle the TCU Horned Frogs on homecoming. Our coverage begins at 12:30 on your home for Wildcat football.
The Cats play here all season long on 100.3 The Ride.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
And we are live from Denon Field in Colby, and just in time to hear the Colby Marching Band with their rendition of the national anthem. We will step aside and we will hear the band play the Star Spangled Banner. Again, the Colby Marching Band with the national anthem, and we are just about ready for football tonight from Denon Field. It is round one of the Class 3A postseason in the Western bracket. It's the number 2 seed out of 3A District 6, the Colby Eagles, 4-4 on the season, hosting the Concordia Panthers, who are 6-2, and the number 3 seed out of 3A District 5. It is the 19th all-time meeting between Colby and Concordia in football. Concordia leads the all-time series 12-6, but Colby has won the last 5 meetings. The Eagles are coached by Reese McKinney in his 5th season, 38-18 lifetime, 33-14 at Colby, including a 21-3 record here at Denon Field. It has been a fortress for the Eagles over McKinney's 5-year tenure. He's also unbeaten 3-0 against Concordia. Jordan Etcher is the 3rd-year head coach of the Concordia Panthers. He's 24-30 lifetime, 16-11 at Concordia. That includes an 0-1 record against Colby as the Concordia coach, and also an 0-1 record against Colby as the Russell head coach. He was head coach of the Broncos for 1 year back in 2018. The two teams have taken the field, and we are awaiting the coin toss. Colby is in their home black uniforms with white numerals, black helmets with the orange Power Eagle on both sides. Concordia in their road white uniforms with red numerals, red pants, and in a rarity for Concordia football, white helmets with the Concordia logo, a C, and the Panther logo inside of the C on both sides. Colby's captains tonight, Tyler Voss, Zach Castigliano, and Ian Rosales. The captains for Concordia are Cav Carlgren, Dalton Owen, Karen Roush, and Kean Miller. And they are exchanging pleasantries at the center of the field, and the coin will soon be flipped. Colby looking for just their 4th all-time playoff win. They are 3-13 in their postseason history, with playoff wins coming in 1984, 2018, and 2019. Concordia, a bit of a richer football history, including one state championship in school history. They were the 4A state champions all the way back in 1999. Coin has been flipped, and Concordia has won the toss, and they want the ball. Colby will defend the west goal with the sun setting behind it. 62 degrees and not a lick of wind, in stark contrast to last night here in northwest Kansas. It is ideal conditions for a late October night for playoff football. Real quick, let's run through the starting lineups for Colby on defense. On the defensive ends, Ian Rosales and Carlin Carroll. At defensive tackles, Zach Griffin and Tyler Raymer. On the outside linebackers, Breon Barton and Nick Raymer. Tyler Voss in the middle. The cornerbacks are Connor Lanning and Carson Van Eaton. The strong safety, Bryce Meyer, and the free safety, Hunter Vaughn. For Concordia, on the offensive line from left to right, Taryn Roush, Keegan Bimes, Shelby Gersh, Dalton Owens, and Jace Folstrup, the right tackle. Tyler Hobrock is the tight end. The wide receiver is Joey Henderson. The wingback is Aiden Poor. At tailback, Cameron Cleveland. At running back, Kean Miller. And the quarterback for the Panthers is Cav Carlgren. Ian Rosales will take the ball from the official, and when he does, he'll tee it up right on the X at the 40-yard line as he sets the tee there. The 8th straight year that the Colby Eagles have played postseason football. They are hoping for their 3rd playoff win in 4 seasons and the right to play that coveted 10th game in a season. Deep to return the kick for the Panthers, striker Hake and Cameron Cleveland. We are all set to go here on KRDQ Colby 100.3 The Ride, your home for the Eagles on radio. Playoff football, Class 3A, all set to get underway. The kickoff team fans out around Rosales. The big man approaches. The right toe is into it, and playoff football is underway. It's a short kick. Takes a bounce, taken by Hake at the 18. Hake returning up the middle to the 30. Spins out of a tackle, but is wrapped up by Cyrus Johnson. Hake able to carry Johnson forward over the middle of the field across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line, and that is where Concordia will start their first drive of the night. Call it the 32-yard line. Quarterbacked by Cav Carlgren. The 6'1 senior is 42 of 71 passing for 789 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's rushed for 370 yards and 6 scores. He's in the shotgun with the 1,200-yard rusher Kean Miller to his right. 2 receivers, one either side, a wing to the left on first down. It's a sweep left to Kean Miller, who cuts inside through the line, has a first down and more to the 45, bounces outside through an ankle tackle, 45-40, 35-30, runs through another tackle at the 30, and on the first play of this game, Kean Miller goes 68 yards, finishing down the right sideline into the end zone for a Concordia touchdown. Nightmare start for the Colby Eagles. Kean Miller ran through one tackle around midfield, looked to be dead to rights at the 30, and then just shrugged off the tackle down the field as though the tackler weren't even there, and then sprinted the final 30 yards untouched. For Kean Miller, who averages over 9 yards a carry, that average just went up, and he visits the end zone for the 19th time on the ground this year. A 68-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage. Concordia to go for 2. Carlgren under center. The deep back Hake. Fake to him. It's an end around. Coming from left to right is Miller, and he sneaks in behind the block for a 2-point conversion. And just like that, 22 seconds in, it's Concordia 8 and Colby nothing. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Just because everyone is getting back into the swing of school does not mean you let everything go at home. That's where Hoover Lumber of Goodland and Colby comes in. Keep your lawn looking its best with the help of Stage 3 fertilizer from Ultimate. Leaves will soon be covering the ground. Be prepared with either a new Craftsman or the all-popular Eagle leaf blowers. Hoover's also continues to be your store for home improvement with Benjamin Moore paint and lumber. It's a good time to buy with prices coming down. Plus, they continue to stock all kinds of grills, and they now offer programming and cutting of car keys. Keep your home in the swing of things with the help of Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby. With High Plains Co-op, it's great to know that the more things change, the more things stay the same. High Plains Co-op and their 8 locations in Colby, Dresden, Gem, Grainfield, Hoxie, Levant, Park, and Selden are here to give you the service you need and deserve. High Plains Co-op is there for all of your grain, feed, and fuel needs. Get the latest in markets, ag news, and information by visiting their website, highplainscoop.com. That's hi-plainscoop.com. Continuing to stand with you is High Plains Co-op.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
We're just one play into this game, and the Colby Eagles are playing from behind. Kean Miller takes the first offensive snap for Concordia and rambles 68 yards for a touchdown and tacks on the two-point conversion himself as well to give Concordia an 8-0 lead over Colby in this Class 3A first-round playoff game. Caleb Henson on to kick, approaches, and the right toe is into it. It's a low end-over-end kick taken by Shane Puckett at the 20. Puckett returning to the left, crosses the 30, and is banged down outside the left hash at about the 34-yard line, making that tackle Chayton Alquist-Pennell for the Panthers. A return of about 19 yards up to the Colby 34, and that's where the Eagle offense will start tonight. Quarterbacked by Hunter Vaughn, the junior, 84 of 146 passing for 1,006 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he's rushed for 99 net yards on the year. Empty backfield, bunch of 3 receivers to the right and a wing to the left on first down. One of those receivers in motion, Tyler Voss. He takes the handoff on an end around going right to left. He is wrapped up as he crosses the 40 and shoved towards the near left sideline, with Colby going right to left here in the first quarter. Pick up a 3, maybe 4 on the first down run. In fact, looks like the forward progress might have been a little bit more substantial. Up to the 33, maybe the 34. Call it a 4-yard rush for the senior tailback Tyler Voss on first down. Colby quick to the line. Voss now in the pistol behind Vaughn. Motions out of the backfield to the right. Vaughn takes the snap and throws it deep down the left sideline, looking for Colin Carroll, but overthrows him by plenty. The pass landing out of bounds at the Concordia 30-yard line.
Incomplete. Third down for the Eagles.
So Colby takes a shot down the field on just their second offensive play of the night, but it was good coverage down the field by the defensive back Aiden Poore. He was step for step with Colin Carroll, and the pass was overthrown. Empty backfield for Colby on 3rd and 6 from their own 38-yard line. 3 receivers to the short side left, 2 to the right. Vaughn mishandles the snap, picks up the ball, pressure coming, throws outside to the left. Myers has a catch, is wrapped up immediately at the original line of scrimmage, trying to bring it back to the 35-yard line, but is shoved backwards, and the play is blown dead with Myers only able to get back to the 36-yard line. That was a busted play and a 3-and-out to start the night offensively for Colby as Myers loses 2 on the reception. Tyler Voss stays on to punt. Colby hasn't punted since the Russell game. 2 straight games without a punt. Striker Hake deep to return for Concordia. Good snap from Jacob Edmondson back to Voss, and he gets away a gorgeous punt. High end over end, taken by Hake at the 28. Under immediate pressure, being wrapped up and thrown backwards by Breon Barton and a horde of other Eagle defenders after a short return of a yard.
Striker Hake. In on the tackle for the Eagles.
A 36-yard punt and a 1-yard return with 10:07 to play in the first quarter. Concordia's second drive will start at their own 29. They are batting 1,000 tonight. 1 play, 1 touchdown. The 68-yard run by Kean Miller opened this game up and has given Concordia an 8-0 lead as they take over for their second drive of the night. 2 receivers and a wing go to the left side of the formation. Running back to the right of Carlgren in the gun on first down. Short drop, Carlgren under pressure. Evades pressure in the pocket, rolls to the left, crosses the line of scrimmage, then is thumped down. Tyler Voss tripped him up low, and Nick Raymer finishes him off high at about the 30, maybe the 31. A 2-yard run for Carlgren as the pocket collapsed around him. The senior did well to climb it and make something out of nothing. Second down and 8 coming up. There is a flag on the play, and it's going to negate the snap as it was a false start on Concordia, or illegal procedure, I guess. If it didn't blow the play dead, that's an illegal procedure and illegal formation, and it is a -5 in the yardage tally. 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15 from the 24-yard line. Receivers go 2 by 2, running back to Carlgren's left. Ball on the far left hash as the Panthers go left to right. Carlgren takes a snap. It's a fake to Miller, and nowhere for Carlgren to go but down as Ian Rosales penetrates and drops the quarterback for a loss at the 23. A loss of a yard for Cav Carlgren on the run, and Ian Rosales with the tackle for a loss. As he looks likely to repeat as a first-team All-GWAC performer this year. He was the one player, when I talked to Jordan Etcher earlier this week, the Concordia head coach, he was the one player he mentioned by name, or by jersey number more accurately, to say that's a player we have to account for. 2nd and 16 for Concordia on their second drive of the night. Same formation, snap back to Carlgren, chest high, short drop, short throw over the middle, and Miller with the catch, sweeping outside to the right to the 35, makes the man miss, has the first down as he crosses the 40, and finally tripped up in front of the Colby bench at the 42-yard line. That is a 19-yard catch and run, and Kean Miller, as quick as small-town gossip, picks up, call it 18 yards on that reception, and a first down.
Concordia picks up first down on the play.
Just a little drag route out of the backfield for the running back, and he showed tremendous giddy-up turning the corner. 1st and 10 for Concordia from the Colby 41-yard line. 2 receivers in a wing to the wide side of the field left. Handoff goes to Stryker Hake up the gut. He is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Ian Rosales again, swallowing up the junior Stryker Hake back at the 40.
Number 66, Ian
Loss of 1 on the first down play.
2nd down 11 for the
So Colby doing well to win those first down reps. 8:15 in counting to play first quarter. Concordia out to an early 8-0 lead in this Class 3A first-round contest in the West bracket. The number 2 seed, Colby, from their district, 3A6, against the number 3 seed from 3A District 5. 2 receivers in a wing to the short side right, running back to the left of Carlgren. And now they flip the formation. A tight end of the wing go left, and Miller goes to the Carlgren's right. The wing in motion, and he takes the handoff, and he is hit in the backfield and dropped by Ian Rosales. That was Chayton Alquist Pinnell trying to get around from left to right, and Ian Rosales right now cannot be blocked. A stop back at the 36, a loss of 4, and 3rd and 15 coming up.
3rd and 15 for the Panthers.
Ball on the right hash at the Concordia 36. Line to gain is the Colby 49. Receiver left is Alexis Garcia. Receiver right is Joey Henderson. Wing right is Alquist Pinnell. Tight end of that side as well. Snap to Carlgren, sprint left. Throws outside to the left and overshoots the intended receiver, Garcia, incomplete. Pressure coming from Colin Carroll, forced a hurried throw, and Garcia never could get to the ball. Would have been short of the first down on the catch, as he was just outside the 45-yard line, outside the numbers on the left. And with 4th and long forthcoming, the punt team comes out for Concordia. So after giving up a touchdown on Concordia's first offensive play, the Colby defense rises to the occasion on the second drive and forces a punt coming from Cav Carlgren. It's a good snap, and Carlgren does get the punt away. It takes a big hop, and it's taken by Ian Rosales, by Isaiah Rosales, and a late flag comes in as Rosales returns it 2 yards to the 34. A 30-yard punt and a 2-yard return. Colby will take possession with 6:53 to play in the first quarter, but we're waiting and seeing on the flag. It looked like there were 2 men deep for Colby. One of them, Bryce Myers, signaled a fair catch, but the ball wasn't anywhere near him. And when Isaiah Rosales picked up the ball, he tried to return it, and that is not allowed. So that's what the officials are discussing here. When a fair catch has been called, the ball is dead, and there can be no attempt at advancement. So this is going to push Colby back, and the officials are going to determine just how far back. 8-0 Concordia with 6:53 to play in this first quarter of this 3A Round 1 playoff game. The penalty is on Colby. And they'll march back from the 34 to the, from the 35 to the 25 column.
So legal fair catch was the call.
Legal fair catch is that ruling. So 1st and 10 for Colby from their own 25. Ball in the far left hash, empty backfield for Hunter Vaughn on first down with Three receivers stacked left. The wing right, Zane Betts in motion, and he takes the handoff. It fake, actually. A good fake as Vaughn kept it and bursts up the middle across the 30 up to about the 31-yard line before he is tripped up.
Number 70, Michael Ashland.
Tackle made by Michael Ashland, one of the defensive tackles, and a 6-yard run for Hunter Vaughn on first down as they expertly faked that jet sweep. Colby quick to the line on 2nd and 4. Two receivers short side left, pistol set. Receiver right, Betts motions behind the quarterback. The handoff goes up the gut to Tyler Voss, following Ian Rosales for first down yardage and more. Still on his feet as he crosses the 40 and finally snowed under by a bunch of white jerseys. But about a 10-yard run there for Tyler Voss. Call it 11 up to the 42-yard line and a first down for the Eagles.
First down for Colby.
And right now on both sides of the ball, Ian Rosales is playing like a man on a mission as we approach the midway point here of quarter number 1. Colby with their first down of the night. 1st and 10 from their own 42, trailing Concordia 8-0. Tight end and a wing right. Three receivers short side left. Empty backfield for Vaughn on first down. Motion from one of the slot men left, Bryce Myers, all the way to the right. And early movement from Tyler Voss, who was also lined up as a receiver left. He started his route, and nobody else was ready. That is a false start that bumps Colby back 5 yards. And you hate to do that. You pick up a little offensive momentum and give 5 of those yards right back after a 11-yard run for a first. Same formation for Colby. It's Van Eaton, Myers, and Voss in order as the receivers. Myers motions across formation to the right. Snap goes back to Vaughn. 3-step drop. Throws it deep down the middle of the field looking for Tyler Voss. It's off his hands, tipped incomplete at the 35-yard line of Concordia. Aiden Poor came over in coverage, and Tyler Voss reached out for it, had his hands on it, and Poor got a hand out there as well to deflect the pass. And there is a flag down back behind the line of scrimmage at the 33-yard line. That's 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the question for Jordan Etcher is, do they want to accept or decline? Looks like they're going to accept the penalty. So that forces Colby all the way back to the 23-yard line. It is a 14-yard penalty. And now it's 1st and 29 for Colby from their own 23. Pistol set, two receivers left. Snap goes through the hands of Hunter Vaughn. Vaughn picks it up in the backfield, then slides down to the turf at the 7-yard line. That is a loss of 16. And this is a drive that has turned into a complete disaster for the Colby Eagles. They are facing now 2nd and 45 from their own 7.
Down 45 for the Eagles.
Approaching 5 minutes to play, first quarter. Colby trailing 8-0, and now they just want to get out from the shadow of their own goalpost and leave themselves some room to punt the ball away. Same formation for Colby on 2nd and forever. Snap back to Vaughn, chest high, option to the short side left. Vaughn with the late pitch to Voss along the sideline, shoved out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
He's pushed out of bounds by number 33, Striker Hale.
Pickup of 8 yards on the run for Tyler Voss, bringing up a 3rd down and 37. There is not a coach alive with a play in the playbook for 3rd and 37. Two receivers in a wing right, one receiver left. Shotgun snap back to Vaughn, chest high, 4-man rush, clean pocket. Vaughn steps up, lets it go deep down the middle of the field. It's a jump ball. It's intercepted. Picked off at the Colby 46-yard line. The interception made by Alexis Garcia, the senior cornerback who's only starting tonight because of injuries to 2 players ahead of him on the depth chart. He comes up with his first pick of the season, and Colby turns the ball over for the 13th time this season. Alexis Garcia with the takeaway, and with 4:47 to play in the first quarter, Concordia has an 8-0 lead and takes over on the Colby side of the field at the 46-yard line. On the far left hash, bunch formation, two receivers, short side left, shotgun on first down. Snap to Carlgren, hand off, going right. It's a reverse flea flicker. Carlgren has it in the backfield, escapes Rosales, sprinting outside to the right, able to turn the corner to the 35, through a tackle at the 30, cuts it back inside, and dragging Connor Lanning across the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. Cav Carlgren turns a busted play into an 18-yard run, and Colby right now just grasping at air defensively as Carlgren able to turn the corner to the right and make men miss along the sidelines. You're trying to use the sideline like a defender on a play like that, but Colby unsuccessful. It's 1st and 10 for Concordia from the Colby 28. The Panthers off to another flying start. They've scored 109 first quarter points this season. That's the most of any quarter this year. And now a timeout taken by Concordia. We're going to take it, too, with 4:14 to play in the first quarter. 8-0 Concordia. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Take advantage of Ram Power Days this month at Colby Dodge. Take advantage of discounts up to $5,000 off MSRP on new 2021 Ram 1500s. Our new inventory is building up, so if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, stop by and learn how easy it is to order a new vehicle built just for you and your needs. There's no additional cost and the process is quick and fun. Visit us in person at exit 53 I-70, Colby, Kansas, or browse online 24/7 at colbydodge.com.
People's State Bank offers 10 convenient locations statewide. Whether you're looking for a loan, personal or business accounts, ATMs, mobile banking, or bill pay, PSB wants to help you. At People's State Bank, we take pride in our communities. Check us out at psbbanks.com. People's State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Out of the timeout, Concordia has a 1st and 10 from the Colby 28-yard line after Hunter Vaughn was intercepted on a deep pass on 3rd and 37. No harm done there really with the pick. It almost functioned like a punt with no return, but after an 18-yard run on the first play of this drive by Concordia quarterback Cav Carlgren, it's 1st and 10 for the Colby 28 for Concordia, who leads Colby 8-0 with 4:14 to play in the first. Trips left on first down. Quick throw outside the left. Kean Miller has a catch and blocks to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, shrugs off a tackle at the 5, and is finally wrangled out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for Concordia from about the 3-yard line, call it the 2, a 26-yard catch and run. And it is readily apparent that Colby does not have anyone quite as fast as the 5'7" jitterbug senior Kean Miller. 1st and goal from the 2, ball on the left hash. Carlgren under center. Striker Hake, the deep back, wings either side. The wing left, Miller in motion. He takes the snap, sweeping right, ducks the shoulder, dives towards the goal line, and crosses the line for a Concordia touchdown.
Touchdown for Concordia.
2 touchdowns for Kean Miller of the Concordia Panthers here in this first quarter. The lead is 14-0 for the Panthers with 3:44 to play here in quarter number 1. And just as they did after their first touchdown, the Panthers will line up for a 2-point conversion attempt here. Colby defense an even 50% against 2-point conversions this year, 7 of 14. 2 receivers left, tight end and a wing right. Handoff goes right. It's Miller again sweeping for the edge. Check that. That was Cameron Cleveland, but it's a successful 2-point conversion, getting behind that big veteran offensive line for the Concordia Panthers. And with 3:44 to play here in quarter number 1, the Colby Eagles in a ditch as they trail Concordia 16-0. That was a 3-play, 46-yard scoring drive off of the interception. And it took 1 minute and 3 seconds. So lightning fast scoring drives being allowed by the Colby defense so far tonight. Colby offense in need of an answer. They have gone 3 and out and turned the ball over. A lot of game left, certainly, but this goes back to something that has been an issue for Colby all year, their inability to get the offense going early. as they have scored just 13 first-quarter points all season. And I mentioned earlier that Concordia is a very fast-starting group with 109 total first-quarter points coming into tonight.
Kicking off for the Panthers, number 9, Caleb Hansen.
Caleb Hansen to kick off deep for Concordia for the second time tonight. Approach and the right toe into it. Line drive, end-over-end kick. Taken on a hop by Brody McGreer at the 15. He hands off to Isaiah Rosales, sweeping to the left to the 25. Cuts inside at the 30, weaving through traffic and stacked up shy of the 35-yard line in front of the Colby bench on the near side left. Bit of trickery there from the Colby kick return team, and Isaiah Rosales able to give Colby decent field position. The Eagles will start their third drive of their night at their own 34-yard line.
Come on, Black, let's go!
It's an empty backfield for Hunter Vaughn with 3 receivers left and a wing to the right. Motion from the near slot left, Tyler Voss. Quick throw left side, caught by Bryce Myers, who cuts it inside and is banged down by the leading tackler on this Concordia defense, Cameron Cleveland, at the 35-yard line. Gain of just 1 for Myers on the reception, bringing up a 2nd down and 9. And this Concordia defense, coached and coordinated by Colby's former defensive coordinator and a former Colby head coach, Brad Wildeman, is flying all over the field to start this one. 2 receivers in a wing right. That's the wide side of the field on 2nd and 9. Voss motions out of the backfield to the right. Vaughn fakes right. Throw back to the left. That's a screen to Colin Carroll with a lead block. And Carroll dragging a tackler across the 45. Out of bounds at about the 47-yard line for a Colby first down. Beautiful play design as Colin Carroll got behind the lead block of Zach Castigliano and picks up, call it 13 to the 38-yard line. A first down for the Eagles on Colin Carroll's 10th reception of the season. And for the second straight drive, Colby has a first down near midfield. 2 receivers right, pistol on first down. The handoff goes right up the gut to Tyler Voss. Voss reaches midfield before the pile forces him backwards. Forward progress into Concordia territory at the 49-yard line. Pickup of 3 for Tyler Voss. And Colby running the ball well to start. 26 yards on 4 carries for Tyler Voss. A 2nd down and 7 upcoming. Colby trailing Concordia 16-0. 2:20 in counting to play first quarter. 2 receivers right with Bryce Myers in the slot. 1 receiver left. Pistol set. Receiver left, Zane Betts motions behind the quarterback. Snap to Vaughn, and a handoff goes to Tyler Voss. And Voss squeezes his way through for a first down and more. Across the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Finally brought down by Cameron Cleveland, an 11-yard run. Colby getting back to some basics on offense on this drive, and they have their deepest penetration of the night so far. 1st and 10 for Colby from the Concordia 38. Good blocking by the middle of the Colby line. The center, Zach Castigliano, the guards, Nick and Tyler Raymer. 2 receivers bunch right, pistol set on first down, end around right to left, Zane Betts, who cuts inside and right into the ankle tackle from Kean Miller, who's quite a defensive player as well for this Concordia defense. He stops Zane Betts after a gain of just 1. Brings up a 2nd down and 9. Zane Betts, of course, coming off a 4-touchdown night, 2 receiving, 2 rushing in the 38-12 win over Goodland last Friday night. Career game for the sophomore. Split backs around Vaughn in the gun with the ball on the near side left on 2nd and 9. 2 receivers to the left side. Snap to Vaughn, give to Voss. Off the right side, following Rosales, burrowing his way into the pile, and finally forced down at the 31-yard line after a 6-yard rush. Michael Ashland finishing off the play. 3rd and 3 coming up for the Eagles, who trail 16-0 as we approach 1 minute to play in this first quarter. Zane Betts out to the right. 2 receivers left, Van Eaton and Myers in the slot. Tight end to the right, Colin Carroll. And the pistol set with Voss the deep back behind Vaughn. Vaughn takes a snap, option to the left side, blocked well on the edge. Late pitch to to Voss. And Voss steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line. It is a first down for Colby. Mark it at I think they're going to mark this at the 26. It is a 5-yard run for Tyler Voss, with Vaughn doing some of the work on that option to the left side. And Colby converts on a third down. Clock stops with 39 seconds to play in the first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's another pistol set, another handoff to Voss, who cuts it back right to left. Burrows over a tackler at the 20 and down at the 19-yard line. 7-yard run for Tyler Voss, and this has been a punishing Colby drive in response to falling behind 16-0. Tyler Voss up to 55 yards on his first 8 carries. That may be the final play of the first quarter. Colby doesn't have to snap it again, but they are in a good rhythm, forcing Concordia to make a sub up front. Empty backfield with the ball on the left hash. 3 receivers right, wing left. The wing is Betts. Betts in motion, and before the snap, we have a whistle.
Flag on the play.
And someone for Colby moved early.
False start called against the Eagles.
2nd and 3 becomes a 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 8 for Colby.
That stops the clock with 2.9 seconds to play in the first quarter. The official winds the clock, and that's going to end quarter number 1 from Denon Field. Long way to go, but the Colby Eagles have a long way to go on the scoreboard. They trail Concordia after 1 quarter of play, 16-0 in this 3A first-round playoff game. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
The McDonald's is food you buckle in with your seatbelt deal. And there's no reason not to take that extra precaution, because a meal from McDonald's is not just a meal. It's often your most precious cargo.
Enjoy one of our $3 bundles, like a hot and spicy McChicken or 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, each paired with small fries. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. McKee Inc. helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call McKee Inc. to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 785-462-3132.
Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Welcome back to Denon Field in Colby. Dan Lucero with you. It's first-round action in the Class 3A football playoffs. And the Colby Eagles trail the Concordia Panthers 16-0 as we start the second quarter. Colby with a 2nd down and 9 at the Concordia 24-yard line. Now moving left to right as you listen. The ball on the far left hash for this 2nd down play. Pistol set, 2 receivers to the short side. Snap back to Hunter Vaughn to give to Tyler Voss. Picking his way off of the left side. A flag is down as Voss rumbles inside the 20, outside the left hash, down to about the 19, but it's coming back on a holding penalty.
Tackle made by number 33, Striker Hayes.
So this drive unfolding like Colby's last drive, where just when it looked like they had some momentum, 2 penalties and then a botched snap ended up putting Colby up against a 2nd down and 45. 2 plays later, they turned the ball over, and Concordia turned that into their 2nd touchdown of the night. So this ball comes all the way back to the 36. That holding call occurred 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So now it's a 2nd down and 20 as we start this second quarter. Kean Miller, a pair of rushing touchdowns for Concordia in the first quarter. He's up to 20 on the season, one of the top rushers, not just in Class 3A, but in the state. He has been as advertised through the first 12 minutes tonight. On 2nd down, an empty backfield. 3 receivers bunched right. Wing left, Zane Betts comes in motion and takes the jet sweep handoff. Betts around the corner, has some blocks through the hole. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, cut from behind, but he is. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Colby. Zane Betts takes it to the barn, 36 yards, and Colby is on the board with 11:25 to play in the first half. He just did manage to keep the final 2 defenders for Concordia at bay. They both got to him, but as they tackled him, Betts' forward momentum carried him just inside the right pylon. And Zane Betts, who had 4 touchdowns last week, rushes for his 6th touchdown of the season here. Spectacular speed on display for the sophomore. Now Colby will go for 2. Shotgun with two receivers to the right. Snap to Vaughn. He sprints left, throws a quick out to the left. Intended for Carson Van Eaton, but slapped away. Diving deflection by the safety, Cav Carlgren. And the two-pointer no good, but Colby is on the board. They trail Concordia 16-6 with 11:25 to play in the first half. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Rarely, if ever, do you hear someone say they look forward to going to the doctor's office. This is Dr. Kristen Parker with Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. Many chiropractic patients experience instant pain relief after receiving a treatment. As a result, a number of our patients have said they actually look forward to their chiropractic adjustments. If you've never been to a chiropractor, I'd like to personally invite you into our clinic for effective, comfortable, and professional care. Learn more about us online at nwkchiro.com. The Colby Free Press brings residents of Thomas County news, pictures, and commentary on the happenings, issues, and events that impact the lives of residents of Thomas County. The Colby Free Press is informative and affordable. The Colby Free Press is a local daily newspaper that has earned a great reputation for journalistic excellence and extensive knowledge of the local communities of Colby, Rexford, Brewster, and surrounding communities.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Colby needed a jolt, and they get one from the sophomore Zane Betts. A jet sweep taking 36 yards for Colby's first touchdown of the night in this 3A first-round playoff game. Colby trailing Concordia 16-6 with 11:25 to play in the first half, but the Denon Field crowd is alive again, and Colby has seized back some momentum as they prepare to kick off to Concordia. Once again, it's Cameron Cleveland and striker Hake deep to return the Ian Rosales kick. A 9-play, 66-yard scoring drive for Colby that took 4 minutes and 16 seconds. Rosales' kick is away. High and over-end kick taken by Hake at the 16, returning to the right side, runs through tackle at the 30, makes another man miss the 35 and rumbles up to the 40. A flag late as Hake reaches the 41-yard line of Concordia. We'll see what the flag is. Ball's actually going to be spotted at the 40. I wonder if that might have been a late block. And it was, but it was on Colby. A late hit, rather.
Personal foul, late hit called against the Eagles.
And that will allow Concordia to start this drive in Colby territory at the 45-yard line with that 16-6 advantage. Concordia took advantage of short field on their last drive, a 3-play, 46-yard scoring drive. Kean Miller has both of their touchdowns tonight. 44 yards receiving, 70 yards rushing. Two receivers and a wing short side right. Pre-snap, swap of the line, the wing and the tight end left. And the run play goes that direction. It's Miller cutting inside, bouncing it back outside to the right. There he goes. 35-30, weaving through the middle of the field, bursting outside to the left, dragging a tackler across the 20. And finally, Carson Van Eaton able to bring down Miller at the 17-yard line. Gain of 28 on the first down run, and on just 3 carries, Kean Miller has gained 98 yards tonight. He is as quick as a hiccup, and if you listen to the Funk Optometry pregame show, when we went behind enemy lines, Jordan Etcher put it very simply and plainly. The Concordia head coach says, if we just give him the space to get 3 or 4 yards, he will make people miss. And he has been so far tonight. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Carlgren takes a snap. Handoff goes up the gut to Miller, and check that. That's Hake, striker Hake on that carry. Across 15, down to about the 13, maybe the 12, before Colin Carroll brings him down. Down to the 12, so it's a pickup of 5 for Hake on the first down run. This outstanding Concordia line led by right guard Dalton Owen, who has numerous Division II and JUCO offers. Carlgren takes the under center snap, handoff going right to Cam Cleveland. A flag is down as Cleveland is tackled at the 10-yard line. Breon Barton wraps him up and brings him down short of the line to gain. And the flag flew in the middle of the pile. Generally speaking, that's in the area of holding. And that is the call, a hold on Concordia. And a big roar from the home crowd for that is just the second penalty on Concordia tonight. Moves the ball back to the 25, so that is a 13-yard hold. These officials are really being sticklers tonight about marching it back from the point of the foul, which by the rules you're supposed to do. And they've been on top of that tonight. Call it 2nd and 18 from the 25. Snap to Carlgren under center, play action. Rolling left, thrown to the flat, catch by Miller at the 20. To the 15, lowers the shoulder, bounces off a tackler at the 10, and flies down the left sideline into the end zone for a Concordia touchdown. Kean Miller, 25 yards. He is making it look easy every time he touches the ball tonight. He is in for his 3rd total touchdown. It's Cav Carlgren's 8th passing touchdown. Hunter Vaughn was in tackling position at the 10-yard line, and Kean Miller went through him like a knife through butter. 22-6 Concordia, and for the 3rd time, they will try for the 2-pointer. Snap to Carlgren, pitch right to Miller, and Miller sneaks through 2 defenders, splits the defense, sweeping right, and is in for a successful 2-pointer. Kean Miller doing it all for Concordia on offense tonight. He's got all 3 of their touchdowns. 24-6, the Panthers lead Colby with 9:56 to play in the first half. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Hello, this is J.L. Evans with Western State Bank in Colby. If you're looking for a commercial or ag loan, stop by and see Matt Smith or myself at our home on the range, 1750 South Range in Colby. If you're too busy to come see us, we'd be glad to come to your place of business or farm. If you're in the market for a home loan or would like to refinance and take advantage of the current low home loan rates, come in and see Janice Cates to learn about all the home loan products at Western State Bank in Colby. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Ladies, Colby Community College wants you to know that renewable energy companies are creating fast tracks for advancement to bring more women into the industry. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, wind and solar energy are 2 of the fastest growing fields. There's never been a better time to let CCC help you begin a new career. Online classes start every 8 weeks. Remember, big muscles are not required to work in renewable energy. Brains and work ethic are. Contact Colby Community College today or visit colbycc.edu.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
A 3-play, 45-yard touchdown drive, a hat trick of touchdowns for Kean Miller of the Concordia Panthers. This one a receiving touchdown of 25 yards, and he runs in the 2-pointer to make it 24-6, Concordia over Colby with 9:56 to play in the first half of this 3A first-round playoff game. Brody McGreer up to take the kickoff return at the 20, returning it outside of the left of the 25, and he is ripped down. Cameron Cleveland leading that charge. Only a sophomore, but boy, he brings the lumber, despite not being all that big either. 5'10", 140, but he brought the pain to Brody McGreer there after just a 5-yard return, and Colby starts their 4th drive of the night at their own 25-yard line. Their last drive went for 6, a 36-yard run by Zane Betts. And they are trying to keep up with this Concordia first-half onslaught. Ball in the far left hash on 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left side. Betts in motion behind the quarterback from the right. And pre-snap movement before the snap. It's going to be a penalty on Colby. 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15.
First down, 15 for Colby.
That is already the 7th penalty for the Colby Eagles tonight. They average 6 a game. They have been called for 7 here in this first half, including a fair catch penalty, an illegal fair catch, and an unsportsmanlike conduct. Same formation on 1st and 15. Betts motions into the backfield. The handoff goes to Tyler Voss. Voss up the middle, following the block of Ian Rosales. Gets the penalty yardage back and more. Right down the center of the field up to about the 30-yard line. Picking up 10 on the first down run. Striker Hake finally bringing down Tyler Voss, who is now up to 65 yards on 9 carries. And Ian Rosales is leading the way for most of Colby's best runs so far.
6 for the Eagles.
2nd and a long 5, just shy of the 30 with the nose of the ball. 2 receivers right. High snap back to Vaughn, the handoff to Voss, right into the middle of the pile, and the pile surging close to first down yardage. In fact, it looks like he's got it.
Tackled by multiple Concordia defenders.
Tyler Voss just disappearing into a mass of humanity, and the pile didn't go down until the ball reached the 35. That is indeed a Colby first down. 1st and 10 from their own 30 for Colby, trailing 24-6 as we approach 9 minutes to play in the first half of this first-round Class 3A playoff game. Three receivers bunched to the right, wing to the left side on first down. The wing Betts in motion, and he takes the handoff. It's another jet sweep, and again, Betts has a hole. Down the right sideline with speed. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Zane Betts to the 15, and shoved out of bounds by striker Hake at the Concordia 14-yard line. That is a 51-yard run. Call it an even 50. They mark him out of bounds at the 15. Either way, it's Zane Betts' longest run of the season, and a first down for Colby in the red zone. The Eagles were quick to the line, but now looking back towards the sideline for the play. Great blocking out on the perimeter by the Colby wide receivers on that play. Ball on the near right hash. Pistol set. Voss the deep back. Betts in motion from right to left. The snap goes to Vaughn. The handoff goes to Voss following Rosales off the right side. He dives across the 10 down to about the 9-yard line for a gain of 6 on a first down run. Cameron Cleveland credited with the tackle. Colby knocking at the door, trailing 24-6 with 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. They are having plenty of success running the football right into this Concordia defense. Up back Betts to the left. Receiver right, Bryce Myers in motion, and a fake to him and a give to Tyler Voss. Trying to bend it outside of the left. A flag flies as Voss is stacked up after a 1-yard gain. It's a holding penalty on Colby. That is the third time Colby has been called for holding already. It is the fourth holding penalty in total of this first half. These officials love to chuck those penalty flags, I'll tell you what.
Holding called against the Eagles.
Ball moves back 11 yards to the 20. Penalty number 8 in this first half for Colby. Again, they came in having committed 48 penalties all year. You can do simple math there. 48 is divisible by 8, 6 times. So an average of 6 penalties per game for Colby. They've been called for 8 penalties here in the first half. 2nd and 15 from the 20. 2 receivers right, Betts in the slot. Voss the deep back in the pistol. Betts in motion behind the quarterback. Here's another flag.
Flag on the play.
False start on Colby.
False start called against Colby.
Nothing you can do about the false starts. I mean, those are not subjective. Colby's just not being very disciplined along the line at the line of scrimmage tonight. And now, instead of 2nd and 4 from inside the 10, Colby has a 2nd and 20 from the 25. Same formation for the Eagles. Betts slot right, comes in motion behind the quarterback. Snap to Vaughn, handoff to Voss, right up the middle with some space. Could not quite get through an ankle tackle at the 16-yard line. If he had, he would have been in the end zone. 9-yard gain for Tyler Voss on the run. It was Cav Carlgren who wouldn't let him go. Brings up a 3rd down and 11 for Colby from the 16-yard line. Approaching 7 minutes to play in the first half. Colby down 24-6. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Vaughn. Option to the right. Pass over the middle. Man wide open. Bryce Myers into the end zone. Touchdown, Colby. Bryce Myers ran a simple stick route from that slot position, and no one covered him. Hunter Vaughn found him on the run, and Bryce Myers catches his 3rd touchdown pass of the season to get Colby back into the end zone. They trail 24-12 with 6:55 to play in the first half, pending the 2-point conversion. An 11-yard touchdown strike from Hunter Vaughn to Bryce Myers. And for Hunter Vaughn, his 13th passing touchdown of the season. Colby with an empty backfield for Vaughn on the 2-point play. Runner left, Betts in motion. He takes the jet sweep. Betts looking to turn the corner, but is thrown backwards by Aiden Poore at the 1-yard line, just shy of the goal line. So Colby, a week after struggling mightily on their 2-point plays against Goodland, is 0 for 2 on the 2-point plays so far tonight. But Colby needed points and got them They cut into the Concordia lead with 6:55 to play here in this first half. It's Concordia 24 and Colby 12. Colby now in the air, 12 of 22 on 2-point plays. They were 1 of 6 last week, so they're 1 for their last 8. You do the math there, they were 11 for their first 12. Or 11 for their first 14 on 2-point conversions before the struggles of the last 2 weeks. For Colby, a 6-play, 75-yard scoring drive despite the 3 penalties that cost them 21 yards on the drive. It lasted 3 minutes and 1 second. Hunter Vaughn to Bryce Myers for a 3rd time this season through the air. Myers has 3 receptions tonight. They've gone for just 10 yards. Vaughn through the air so far, 4 for 6 for 25 yards. 23 yards total. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Ian Rosales set to kick deep for Colby. Hake and Cleveland deep to return for Concordia. Kick is angled to the near side left, taken by Hake at the 18. Good kick coverage by Colby, but Hake still able to squirt through across the 30, up to about the 32 on the return. But Concordia, for the first time in 3 drives, will start on their own end of the field. They've taken advantage of the short field on their last 2 drives, as Concordia has 3 touchdowns on 4 possessions tonight. This one will start at Concordia's own 32. 6:51 to play in the first half. Concordia with a 24-12 lead. And the Colby defense still looking for answers against the star senior Kean Miller, who has all 3 Concordia touchdowns. 2 receivers in a wing right, ball in the near left hash. Concordia going right to left in the second quarter. Sweep right to Kean Miller, and Miller cuts it inside but has a tackler on his back. And that tackler wins the leverage battle. Colin Carroll with the tackle at the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Call it the 34, rather. Gain of just 1 yard for Kean Miller. Miller's carry so far in this game, 68 yards, 2 yards, 29 yards, 1 yard. 4 carries for 100 yards even so far for Kean Miller. Miller stands to the left of Cav Carlgren in the gun. 2 receivers in a wing right on 2nd and 9. Low snap to Carlgren. Fakes the handoff and keeps it. Carlgren hitting the backfield. It's Zach Griffin who has him. Carlgren driving the legs forward is going to pick up a yard, maybe even 2, as he just does cross the 35-yard line. Zach Griffin had Carlgren wrapped up, but Carlgren just kept driving the legs forward. A 2-yard pickup in the 3rd and 7 coming up. But that should have been a much shorter gain than it was. Colby did well to sniff out the fake to Miller. 3rd and a long 7 from the 35-yard line. 2 receivers right, wing left. The wing Aiden Poor in motion across the formation. Snap to Carlgren, rolling right with time. Throws, has a catch, and a first down as Poor lowers the shoulder and barrels over Connor Lanning, crossing the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12, call it, for Aiden Poor on his 8th reception of the season. Cav Carlgren 4 for 4 through the air for 81 yards to start tonight. And a fresh set of downs as Concordia converts on the 3rd down. They lead Colby 24-12 with 5:15 and counting to play in the first half of this Class 3A first-round playoff game in the West bracket. Receivers either side. Tight end and a wing left, running back to the right. Snap back to Carlgren, hand off to Miller, sweeping left. And Miller hit in the backfield by Tyler Voss and dropped for a loss. Tyler Voss sneaking through to make the tackle on Miller for a loss of, call it, 2. Actually, call it 3, back to the 45-yard line. Tackle for a loss there by Tyler Voss, the senior inside linebacker. But second and long hasn't been much of a problem for Concordia. They have been behind the sticks, and it hasn't mattered much. Two receivers in a wing right, running back to the left, and now the running back switches sides, as does the wing and the tight end. Snap to Carlgren, play action, quick throw over the middle, has a catch. This is Joey Henderson up the middle, has a first down into Colby territory, down to the 39, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Number 6, Joey Henderson.
Down to the 40, call it a 15-yard catch and run for Joey Henderson, and a face mask will tack on more yards after the play.
Face mask called against the Eagles.
Penalty number 9 on Colby tonight. This penalty just of the 5-yard variety. So it's 1st and 10 for Concordia from the Colby 35, approaching 4 minutes to play in the first half. Concordia trying to add to their 24-12 lead. Wing right. Carlgren under center with split backs behind him. The handoff going right to Cam Cleveland, and Cleveland dragging Colin Carroll with him outside the right hash. Finally, Bryce Myers comes and helps clean up the play, but not after a gain of 5. Not until a gain of 5 for Cleveland on his first carry of the night, a 5-yard run. 2nd and 5 coming from the Colby 30. Eagle defense, first-year defensive coordinator Ryan Mosier playing their best football final 2 games of the regular season, holding Goodland to just 153 total yards and forcing 7 turnovers last week. They need to dig deep for a stop here. Trailing by 12 late first half. Snap to Carlgren, pressured immediately, rolling left, throws outside, has a catch, it's Miller, and Connor Lanning read the play well, it got to Miller, but Miller still able to stretch down the left hash to the 20-yard line, a 10-yard completion, and another first down for Concordia. And that puts Carlgren up over 100 yards on 6 for 6 passing. He's at 106 yards unofficially. 1st and 10 for Concordia from the Colby 20. Just the second time they visited the red zone tonight. 2 of their touchdowns have come from outside the red zone. Ball in the left hash, Carlgren under center with split backs. The handoff goes up the middle to Hake, bouncing it outside to the left. Hit by Lanning and stood up. And the play is blown dead as Shane Puckett helped Lanning clean it up outside the left hash at the 17, maybe the 18. See what the scoreboard says. Call it the 17. 3-yard gain for striker Hake on the run. 2nd down and 7 coming up. 2.5 minutes to play in this first half. Concordia has 2 of their timeouts remaining. Colby has all 3. Concordia has the lead, 24-12, and trying to tack on. Receivers either side, wing left, shotgun, with Miller standing to Carlgren's right. Now they flip the formation. The tight end and the wing go right, the running back goes left. Snap to Carlgren. Handoff faked, and it's an end around. It's Poor sprinting down the left sideline, 10-5 touchdown. But a flag is down in the end zone. Hunter Vaughn was being held down the field by the receiver. That was Alexis Garcia. They're going to call him for a hold in the end zone, I think. And they're going to take points off the board here. That was a pop pass to Aiden Poor. They faked to Miller and just kind of shoveled it forward to the wing coming on end-around action. And Poor scampered 17 yards for a score, but a flag came down at the very end of the play. And they're going to mark the ball at the 10. So it is a 7-yard play in the end. And the hold wipes out the score. But it brings up what they'll call a 3rd down and inches here. Ball at the, well, going to call it a 2nd down and inches. The dial it down just changed. The officials were holding play until they could get everything squared away down on the field. 2nd and inches from just outside the Colby 10. Ball in the near left hash. Wing right, receivers either side. Shotgun snap to Carlgren. Handoff, fake to Miller. Carlgren keeps around the left side. He is hit and dropped short of the first down. In fact, he lost a yard.
Carlgren on the carry. Tackle made by
Tyler Voss and Connor Lanning teaming up to drop Carlgren at the 12. A loss of 2, bringing up a 3rd down and 2.
Short loss on the play results in 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers.
Clock going under a minute 40 to play in this first half. Colby has all their timeouts, but they also get the ball to start the second half. Carlgren going under center. Hake the deep back. Wings either side. Miller, the dangerous wing on the left. And it's Miller taking the handoff. Miller cuts inside at the 10, spinning through contact at the 5, like a whirling dervish, tumbling down, finally spinning to the turf at the 2-yard line.
By multiple Eagle defenders.
Pickup of about 10 on the 3rd and short. Kean Miller moves the sticks and makes it a 1st down and goal for Concordia, looking to add to their 24-12 lead as we get late in this first half. And the Colby defense bow up strong here. Concordia can stop the clock twice more with timeouts. Exactly 1 minute to play and counting as Concordia breaks the huddle. Concordia hustling to the line. Split backs. Carlgren under center takes a snap. Handoff to Miller right behind the middle of the line. And he squeezes his way into the paint for a touchdown for Concordia. 4 first-half touchdowns for Kean Miller. And it's a 30-12 Concordia lead with 47 seconds to play in the first half. Kean Miller with 109 yards on 7 carries, 3 rushing touchdowns to go with a receiving touchdown as well. He's up to 21 rushing touchdowns on the season. 2-point play coming up. Concordia 3 for 3, all on the ground. Carlgren under center. Cleveland and Miller in the backfield behind him. It's Carlgren rolling to the left. He keeps it himself. He's hit by Carroll, but is able to twist inside the pylon. The ball came out of his hands, but after the side judge ruled that he had crossed the goal line, and the run for Carlgren produces 2 more points, and it is a 20-point lead for Concordia, 32-12, with 47 seconds to play in the first half. That was some kind of drive. 6 minutes and 12 seconds. A 12-play, 68-yard drive in the end. And Kean Miller has been the story tonight. Came in with 20 total touchdowns on the year, 18 on the ground, 2 through the air. He's added 3 rushing and 1 receiving so far. And for a Colby defense that has struggled all year to contain speedy backs, you think about Brennan Vager for Ulysses, who had a big game, Jacob Winholtz and Jesse Whitmer for Russell, who helped the Broncos rush for 366 total yards back in Week 6. Braxton Harrison and his speed for Cimarron. Add Kean Miller to the list of quick backs who have had their way with Colby's defense. We owe you station ID. We'll get you that after the kickoff as Caleb Hansen prepares again to kick deep. The approach and the right toe into it. Low line drive. Taken on a short hop by McGreer just outside the 20. Returning up the middle. Bouncing outside of the right. Runs through a tackle. Still on his feet. Fighting his way forward to the 29-yard line. Scrappy effort from the sophomore Brody McGreer. And Colby will start officially at the 30-yard line, their own, with 38 seconds left in the first half. Colby can stop the clock 3 times. They have all of their timeouts, but they also get the ball to start the second half. You're listening to the Eagles on radio. Colby Eagle football on 100.3 The Ride, KRDQ Colby. I'm Dan Lucero. First round of the Class 3A's football playoffs in the Western bracket. Colby, the number 2 seed out of District 6, trailing Concordia, the 3 seed out of District 5, 32-12 here at Denon Field in Colby. The Eagles go with 4 receivers, 2 by 2, ball in the near right hash on first down. Voss motions out of the backfield left. Vaughn, 5-step drop, pressure in his face, hit as he throws deep down the middle of the field, and too much mustard on that one as he overthrew the nearest receiver, Colin Carroll, by 10 yards.
Second down.
Vaughn took a pop on the throw. It was Cameron Cleveland blitzing,
who hit Vaughn on the release. Second and 10 coming up. Also coming up, the Cornerstone Ag halftime show. We'll get you a scoring summary. You'll hear Kean Miller's name a lot more. We'll also have some halftime stats for you and some other scores from other playoff action tonight. On second down, Vaughn, another 5-step drop. Throwing outside of the left and has a catch and a drop. Colin Carroll had a paw on it but couldn't reel it in just inside the 40-yard line outside the left hash. Back-to-back incompletions, and now if you're Concordia, you have 2 timeouts in your back pocket. You're thinking if you get a stop here, force Colby to punt, you might have a little bit of time to try and add some more points before the half ends. See what Colby does on this 3rd and 10 from their own 30. 2 receivers spread way out to the left. That's the receiver right in motion. It's a handoff up the middle to Tyler Voss, and Voss trundles forward for about 3 or 4. The ball came out after he hit the ground, and Concordia calls a timeout at the end of the play with 20 seconds left in the first half. Their second of the allotted 3. 4-yard run for Voss on 3rd down. But it is a 4th and 6 coming up, and Concordia, depending on the punt, will get the ball back with a timeout in about 10 to 15 seconds. And when you have Kean Miller, as we've learned so far tonight, you have a player like that, every play, every line of scrimmage is scoring range. That's how good he is and has been tonight for these Concordia Panthers, with all 4 of their touchdowns and 2 of their 4 successful 2-point conversions, giving them a 32-12 lead in this first-round playoff contest. Colby had scored on back-to-back drives, but all of their 12 points coming in this second quarter after a slow offensive start. But this is just their 5th possession of the night. They have the punter out. It's Tyler Voss. Kicked to beauty as last time. Striker Hake deep to return. Good snap from Jacob Edmondson. Punt is away. High, wobbling spiral. Takes a Colby hop inside the 30, inside the 25. Colby's going to wait as long as they can to cover it. They do at the 20. What a punt by Tyler Voss. 47 yards.
Concordia begins the drive.
And Concordia takes over with 10 seconds to play in the half at their own 20. Again, Kean Miller's awfully good, but going 80 yards in 2 plays is a tough ask for just about any offense. Concordia taking their time getting the offense on the field. Now they break their huddle.
Way back!
Cav Carlgren in the shotgun. Kean Miller to his left. Receivers 2 by 2. Snap to Carlgren. Plenty of time. Now rolls to his right, being chased by Colin Carroll. A flag is down. Carroll hits Carlgren as he throws, and it's short of Miller, the intended receiver, along the far right sideline at the 35-yard line. Tyler Voss in coverage. The flag is in the area of holding.
Flag on the play.
And that's exactly what it is.
The Panthers.
And some more applause from the Colby crowd, who some of them feel hard done by the officiating in this first half. As Colby has been penalized unofficially 9 times. We'll get that number for you on the Cornerstone Ag halftime show. Holding penalty occurred well into the backfield, and the ball all the way back now at the 6. That is a 14-yard holding penalty. And the official spots the ball at the 6, and Concordia calls their final timeout of the half. With 3.7 seconds left in the half, Concordia leading 32-12, 94 yards away from pay dirt. Most coaches would just snap it to their quarterback, take an E, hit the shower, content with a 20-point lead. Jordan Etcher, fairly young coach, on only his 6th year as a head coach, his 3rd at Concordia after a 1-year stint in Russell and 2 years at Blue Stem in Leon.
He has guided Concordia to back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 2014-2015. Incidentally, 2014, the last time Concordia beat Colby in football. It was here at Denon Field, a 28-18 win. Out comes Concordia offense out of the timeout. A first down and 24 officially. Carlgren is in the gun. Receivers are 2x2. Just one deep safety for Colby. It's Bryce Myers. Snap to Carlgren. Draw play. Kean Miller up the middle. Bouncing outside of the left. Splitting two defenders. Spinning across the 15. Up to the 19-yard line. A 13-yard run on the final play of the first half. Colby got the offense going in the second quarter, but they have not found an answer defensively for the play of the star senior running back for Concordia, Kean Miller. He has all 4 of Concordia's touchdowns. And at the intermission at Denon Field in this Class 3A first-round playoff game, Concordia leads Colby 32-12. Don't go anywhere. The Cornerstone Ag halftime show's next. You're listening to Colby Eagle Football, the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Cornerstone for your farming operation. Cornerstone will be your foundation.
One definition of Cornerstone is something that is essential or indispensable. That's why Cornerstone Ag has it in their name. They know it's essential to have the best facilities to make it quick and easy for you to get in and out of the elevator. Eric and his staff has indispensable knowledge and experience to help you market your grain so you get the most for all your hard work.
You're never alone with Cornerstone.
Don't just insure your stuff, strut your stuff with Strut Insurance Services. Darvin and his professional agents in Colby and Brewster represent a wide variety of insurance companies. They can personally shop for a specific company and policy that offer you the absolute best coverage for the best price on most anything you own. Auto, motorcycle, home, crop, farm. If it has a value to you, they can cover it. Strut Insurance Services is locally owned and operated with hometown agents that are experienced and offer fast claims. Located at 1675 West 4th Street in Colby and Brewster. Just look for the big yellow sign of Strut Insurance Services.
Delicious food, friendly service, and a fun, relaxed atmosphere. You find it all at El Dos de Oros in Colby. Mexican favorites that your entire family can enjoy. Delicious, sizzling hot fajitas, scrumptious enchiladas, tasty tacos, burritos stuffed to the brim, and of course, the best margaritas around. That's all at El Dos de Oros. Go find them at 1921 South Range Avenue in Colby and enjoy delicious Mexican food.
Fall isn't just for the changing of the time, it's also a time for change. Come into Farmers and Merchants Bank to exchange your loose change for cash. Between now and the end of November, anyone with change totaling $25 or more will be entered for a chance at being one of 5 winners of a mint proof set. We have proof sets from various years that the winners will get a pick from. Round up your change jars and come to our downtown location at 240 West 4th Street for your chance to win a prize from Farmers and Merchants Bank. Together making a difference. Member FDIC.
This is the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show on coverage of the Colby Eagles on radio. 100.3 The Ride.
It is halftime at Denon Field. The Colby Eagle Band performing in costume. Of course, Halloween is Sunday. And it was a frightful first quarter for the Colby Eagles in this one that they are trying to recover from. They have got a hole to dig out of in the second 24 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be the final 24 minutes of their 2021 season. In this first-round Class 3A playoff game, Colby trails Concordia 32-12. It's Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. I'm Dan Lucero. Here's how we got to this game state. It did not take Concordia long. How about just one play to score? Kean Miller running for a 68-yard touchdown on the first offensive play of the game. A one-play, 68-yard, 22-second scoring drive. Miller added the 2-point run for good measure to make it 8-0 Concordia. Colby went 3 and out on their first drive. A bit of a busted play on 3rd and medium as Hunter Vaughn mishandled the snap from center, got a pass away to Bryce Myers, who was tackled for a loss. After a punt, Concordia took over at their own 29-yard line, and the Colby defense would stiffen, forcing an incomplete pass on 3rd and long. And Colby took the ball back at their own 25-yard line. The Eagles picked up a first down, but then started moving in the wrong direction. A false start, a hold in the backfield that cost them 14 yards. Then a bad snap that went over the head of Hunter Vaughn. He covered back at his own 7-yard line, which set up a 2nd down and 45. Friends, I have been doing this for a while now, 13 years professionally, plus some college radio. I've never seen a 2nd and 45 before. I'm confident in saying that's a career first for me. On 3rd and 37, Hunter Vaughn threw one up for grabs down the field. It was intercepted by Alexis Garcia of Concordia, and they took over at the Colby 46. 3 plays later, Miller visited the end zone for a second time on a 2-yard run, set up by a 26-yard catch and run by Miller. The 2-point run was contributed by Cameron Cleveland. It was a 16-0 Concordia lead with 3:44 to play in the first quarter. 3 plays, 46 yards, 1 minute, 3 seconds on that drive. Colby put together an excellent drive in response that spanned the end of the first quarter and the start of the second. They faced a 2nd down and 20 after another holding penalty, but no problem when you've got the speed of Zane Betts, who took a jet sweep handoff 36 yards for a touchdown, his 6th rushing touchdown of the year. Colby tried to pass for the 2-pointer, but the pass failed. They cut into the Concordia lead 16-6 with 11:25 to play in the first half. A 9-play, 66-yard drive that took 4 minutes and 16 seconds. But blink and you missed the Concordia scoring drive. They set up in Colby territory after Colby committed a penalty on the kickoff return. And in just 3 plays, Kean Miller was back in the end zone. This time on a 22-yard catch and run, and Miller ran in the 2-pointer to make it 24-6 with 9:56 to play in the first half. 3 plays, 45 yards, 1 minute, 29 seconds on the drive. Back came the Eagles, starting at their own 25. A 50-yard run by Zane Betts set Colby up in the red zone. Penalties threatened to take them out of scoring range, but on a 3rd down and 11, it was Bryce Myers catching an 11-yard touchdown pass from Hunter Vaughn. And the Eagles were able to find the end zone for Bryce Myers, his 3rd receiving touchdown of the year, Hunter Vaughn's 13th passing touchdown of the season. The 2-point run failed with 6:55 to play in the first half. Colby was being doubled up by Concordia, 24-12. A 6-play, 75-yard, 3 minute and 1 second drive. But once again, back came the Panthers, and no variety in terms of touchdown scorers. It was Kean Miller again, a 2-yard touchdown run, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Cav Carlgren, the quarterback, took in the 2-point run, and that finished off a punishing 12-play, 68-yard drive that took over half of the quarter, 6 minutes and 12 seconds. With 47 seconds left to play in the first half, it was 32-12 Concordia. Colby went quickly 3 and out, and Concordia ran out the clock. Concordia won the toss and chose to receive, so Colby will start the second half with a football down by 20, 32-12. Halftime stats coming your way next on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with a Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you. It's your future. Let's protect it. Call Farm Bureau agent David Brown or Andrew Flanagan in Colby or Atwood today.
Imagine the perfect flow of grain from the field to the bin. Imagine a single rotor that ensures both quality and productivity. An advanced system that optimizes harvest settings on the go. You don't have to imagine. With features like AFS Harvest Command, an axial flow combine from Case IH always delivers the perfect flow for your operation. Find out how. Talk to your Case IH dealer today. Talk to your Case IH dealer today.
Dying is one of the few events in life that is certain to occur, yet one we are not likely to plan for. Hi, I'm Jason with Ballman Mortuary in Colby, Atwood, and Oakley. Pre-arranging your funeral service is a great way to make sure your family is taken care of, even after you're gone. At Ballman Mortuary, we'll help you plan ahead and make sure that your wishes are taken care of from the type of service, monument, and casket you would like. We can set up pre-funding arrangements designed specifically for end-of-life needs. At Ballman Mortuary, we are dedicated to ensuring that your loved one's memories are cherished. See our website at ballmanmortuary.com today for more information.
One of the largest selection of combines in the entire Midwest is right now at your local John Deere American Implement dealer. Now, with the big selection of used machines, they're all clean, they're ready to roll, they have the service and parts team behind them. They're priced to sell with incentives like low financing, plus amazing lease deals. Yes, combines, plus tractors, sprayers, grain carts, and more at 16 different locations. Contact your local favorite salesman at your local American John Deere dealer. American Implement.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Halftime stats as we continue on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. Colby trailing Concordia 32-12 at the break in this Class 3A first-round playoff game. Concordia outgaining Colby 260-194. There were just 50 offensive snaps. Well, 50 that counted. There were a bunch of penalties that negated plays, but 50 offensive plays in the first half. 24 for Concordia and 26 for Colby. For Concordia, averaging over 10 yards a play, 24 plays, 260 yards, 113 through the air, 147 on the ground on 17 rushes. Cav Carlgren is 7 of 7 through the air for 113 yards and a touchdown. Kean Miller, his leading receiver, 4 catches, 79 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Poore has 2 catches for 19 yards, and the other receiver, Joey Henderson, with 1 catch for 15 yards. On the ground, Kean Miller with 122 yards on 8 carries. That puts him squarely at 1,400 rushing yards for the season unofficially, with one more half to go tonight. 3 touchdowns also on the ground for Miller. He is up to 21 of those on the season. Cav Carlgren with 4 rushes for 17 yards. Stryker Hake, 3 rushes, 7 yards. Cameron Cleveland, 1 carry for 5 yards. And Chayton Alquist Pennell has 1 carry for a loss of 4. For Colby, 8 passes for 28 yards, 18 rushes for 166 yards, so they have run the ball well. Through the air, Hunter Vaughn, 4 of 8, 28 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Bryce Myers, his leading receiver, 3 catches for 15 yards and a score. I said earlier it was an 11-yard touchdown. That was not correct. It was a 16-yard touchdown from Hunter Vaughn to Bryce Myers in the second quarter. Colin Carroll has a reception for 13 yards. On the ground, Tyler Voss, 13 carries for 89 yards. Zane Betts, 3 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. His carries tonight have gone for 1 yard, 36 and a score, and 50 yards. That is his longest rush of the season. Hunter Vaughn with 1 carry for 6 yards and a team loss of 16 yards on a snap that went over Vaughn's head on Colby's second drive of the night. Colby penalized 9 times in the first half for 82 yards, much to the dismay and disgruntlement of this Denon Field crowd. 4 penalties for 42 yards for Concordia. Colby has committed the game's lone turnover. Add it all up, it's 32-12, Concordia in front in this Class 3A first-round playoff game. We'll get you some other scores from around the state and around the GWAC when we return on the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Today on Hey Culligan, better water that cares. Jane's on the line.
Hey Culligan, how can I avoid using all those plastic water bottles that harm the sea turtles?
Jane, our always-on drinking water system helps eliminate the equivalent of 15 billion single-use plastic bottles a year. So, you see, Culligan cares about sea turtles, too.
Aw, plastic pollutes and Culligan cures.
That's catchy, Jane, and totally true.
I'll take it, like now.
Jane, we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
See your local Culligan dealer, Scheffner's Water Conditioning in Goodland and Colby.
Hi, this is Kelly at Farm Credit. Don't forget your crop insurance. Report all possible losses in your harvested bushels to your agent as soon as possible. A proof of production history is vital to your crop insurance coverage. Farm Credit of Western Kansas crop insurance agents work for our insureds. Let us work for you. Call us at 785-462-6714 or stop by and see us. Farm Credit of Western Kansas is an equal opportunity provider.
Hi, this is Dr. Sam Funk with Funk Optometry. As the year comes to an end, so do many of your healthcare savings, cafeteria, and flex spending accounts. At Funk Optometry, we want to take a look at your visual and your eye health with our brand new retinal camera that is able to document up to 270 degrees of your retina. This helps us to watch for vision-threatening issues like macular degeneration and glaucoma, as well as health-threatening issues like hypertension and diabetes. Another way to use your flex spending account is in our optical shop. Check out our large selection of glasses, contact lenses, and sunglasses. Call for an appointment or drop by and see us today at Funk Optometry Optometry in downtown Colby, Atwood, and Hoxie.
Roof's worn out and it needs replaced. Who you gonna call?
Roof Masters!
Roof Masters Roofing of Colby has been your premier roofing contractor for over 40 years, offering free estimates on all types of roofs, as well as seamless rain gutters and vinyl siding. So give us a call today. What's that number, Jake?
462-6642. I think you better call
Roof Masters!
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Halftime at Denon Field, still waiting for the two teams to come back out of their locker rooms. It's Concordia 32, Colby 12 in this Class 3A first-round playoff game in the West bracket. While we have a chance, let's get you some other scores from other GWAC teams. Some of their games are already in the books. Ulysses has been defeated in Class 4A West playoffs. They lost to Mulvane tonight, 46-8 is the final score of that one. Earlier tonight, Goodland took on Council Grove in a non-bracket game in Class 3A. And Goodland, despite missing 5 starters, hammered Council Grove, 56-0. The final score in that one. So Goodland ends on a winning note, and they finish their season with a 2-7 record. In other non-bracket action in 3A, Scott City missing the playoffs for the first time since 2005, and it looks like they've packed it in. They trail Clay Center 28-0 that game at the half. Also at the intermission in playoff action in Class 3A, Holcomb leading Heston 28-11. And another final to tell you about, Hugoton had to go to Andale tonight. That was only ever going to end one way for the Hugoton Eagles. Andale runs it up to 34 straight wins. They beat Hugoton tonight 53-2. Not sure where the 2 came from. Obviously a safety, but Andale beats Hugoton 53-2 to advance in the playoffs in Class 3A. See if we can get you some of the scores we gave you earlier in the pregame show. We gave you some 8-man scores from the region.
Tonight from other games,
Can tell you that Rawlins County lost their first-round playoff game last night to Meade, an 8-man won, 54-6. Hoxie won their first-rounder in 8-man one. They upset Wichita County 66-58. Hoxie had lost to Wichita County 56-6 back in week 1, but they turned that around on Wichita County last night. So congrats to Hoxie for that win. Wheatland Grinnell advancing along with Quinter in the 8-man 2 playoffs. Wheatland Grinnell beat South Central 50-0. Quinter beat Mineola 36-28. Tri-Plains Brewster was eliminated by Dighton 58-12. And Wallace County lost to Buckland in their first rounder in 8-man 2. That was a 38-14 final score. Trying to find the other scores of interest. Of course, the winner of this one gets either Riley County or Russell. And that game is a tight one at the break. Riley County, most people would probably have expected to pull away, but they are only leading Russell 12-0 at the half. Russell playing tough after back-to-back losses to finish off their regular season. So if Riley County wins, they host the winner of this game next week. If Russell wins, they visit the winner of this game next week. Right now, that's looking like Concordia. They lead Colby 32-12, but there's one half of football left for Colby to try and turn things around and sustain their 2021 season. The second half comes your way next. You've been listening to the Cornerstone Ag Halftime Show on coverage of the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Hey friends and neighbors, Nextech Wireless here with a super exciting deal. Right now is the time to get the newest iPhone or Android on us. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is ready to get your new device set up and running right. By the way, we know that it's you who makes our business great and our neighborhoods home. Thank you, Nextech Wireless customers. Visit, call, or text 877-621-2600. We are Kansas.
Technology sure has changed since the mid-90s. Even though times have changed and technology has vastly improved,
thank God,
the quality sales and service team at Office Works and Home Furnishings continues to be the best in the Northwest at making your office work. They provide the prompt professional service on site and in their shop. Plus, they got anything your office may need, from desks and printers all the way down to that pin with a chain on it. Call for sales or service at 462-2222 or come see their showroom on South Range in Colby.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Dan Lucero back with you from Denon Field in Colby, getting set for the start of the third quarter in this Class 3A West Bracket first round contest. The 4-4 Colby Eagles, the 6-2 Concordia Panthers. Concordia in the lead, 32-12 as we prepare for second half action. Concordia will be kicking off to Colby to start. Bit chillier as we get set to start the second half. At a kickoff temperature of 62 degrees, currently 51 degrees. Wind blowing north at about 5 miles per hour, which is to say it's not a factor tonight. What has been a factor has been Concordia's star running back, Kean Miller. He has sliced up the Colby defense to the tune of 201 total yards on 8 rushes and 4 receptions, and he has all 4 Concordia touchdowns and 2 of their 4 successful 2-point runs. Colby's kick return team is on the field. It is Brody McGreer and Isaiah Rosales deep to return. Caleb Hansen set to kick off for Concordia. Ball teed up on the X on the west side of the field at the 40. Colby returning and moving left to right for this third quarter. It's an onside kick, and a flag is down as Colby covers the kick. Tate Murdoch has it at the Colby 43, but I believe a Concordia player was offsides, and the kickoff is negated. In fact, it was a player moving early. So Concordia has to re-kick. Colby can't just accept the spot and take the ball, even if they might like to. It'd be good field position. They have to make Concordia kick it again because it was a pre-play penalty. So now the ball's teed up at the 35. And it's a squib kick straight down the middle of the field. Taken by Isaiah Rosales at the 25. Rosales with some room to return. He's down the right sideline. Isaiah Rosales is loose. 40, 35, 30. Isaiah Rosales is all the way home. Touchdown, Colby! 75 yards for Isaiah Rosales to open the half. How do you like that? The freshman or the sophomore can really scoot. And he found a crease and took it down the right side of the field untouched for the score. 75 yards and a jolt of energy to this Denon Field crowd and the Colby sideline.
5 yards on the kickoff return.
Colby's first special teams touchdown of the year. Isaiah Rosales goes to the house, and now Colby to go for 2 to try and make it a 12-point game. The snap to Hunter Vaughn. It's a keeper. Vaughn following a block, and he squeezes across the line for a successful 2-pointer. Game on in Colby. The Eagles are back within 32-20 of Concordia with 11:49 to play in the second half, or the third quarter. You're listening to the Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Taco John's fans can't get enough of the new double cheese chicken boss burrito. One person said, which means this new and improved 3-cheese red pepper and smoky hatch chili queso makes Taco John's best burrito even better. Then someone else was like, which roughly translates to, this queso blanco and nacho cheese combo is unbelievable. Well said. The new double cheese chicken boss burrito, part of our queso blanco creations, only at Taco John's. Download our app for exclusive deals.
Just because everyone is getting back into the swing of school does not mean you let everything go at home. That's where Hoover Lumber of Goodland and Colby comes in. Keep your lawn looking its best with the help of Stage 3 fertilizer from Ultimate. Leaves will soon be covering the ground. Be prepared with either a new Craftsman or the all-popular Eagle leaf blowers. Hoover's also continues to be your store for home improvement with Benjamin Moore paint and lumber. It's a good time to buy with prices coming down. Plus, they continue to stock all kinds of grills, and they now offer programming and cutting of car keys. Keep your home in the swing of things with the help of Hoover Lumber Ace Hardware in Goodland and Colby.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
What a start to the second half. Isaiah Rosales picks up the squib kick, and 75 yards later, he's in the end zone. Colby cuts the Concordia lead to 32-20, 11:49 to play in the third quarter. And now Isaiah's big brother Ian with the kickoff, and he gets all of it down the right sideline. Unfortunately, it's angled too far to the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. So Concordia will have good field position for their first drive of the second half. Isaiah Rosales with his second career touchdown. He scored a rushing touchdown at Cimarron back in week 2. Missed a couple of games mid-season due to injury. I don't think we've seen him take an offensive snap since week 2. Certainly has not had a carry or a catch, but he's been on return duties when healthy all season. And he showed why there with tremendous speed once he got through the first wave of tacklers. Concordia starts at their own 35 with a 1st and 10. Split backs behind Cab Carlgren under center. Ball on the left hash on first down. Hand off Kean Miller, and he bursts outside to the right. Has the first down. Makes a man miss at midfield to the 45 to the 40. Bryce Myers trying to cut off Miller and finally wrestles him down all the way at the Colby 20-yard line. That is a 45-yard run on the first play of the second half for Kean Miller. And he is up to 167 yards on 9 carries. He's fast, yes, but he's very strong. And he's been able to shrug off contact and drag tacklers with him. Very impressive player. Going to play at the next level for sure, at the NAIA or perhaps JUCO level. On first down, Cab Carlgren with the keeper rolling right. Wrapped up and thrown down by Breon Barton in the 15. A flag is down back at the line of scrimmage. Tyler Raymer helping Barton finish that tackle. Barton a little slow to get to his feet, but he looks okay. And the flag is a holding penalty called on Concordia. So after 45 yards in the right direction, here comes 10 in the wrong direction for the Panthers. And I'll call it just a 9-yard penalty, a 1-yard run for Carlgren. And the ball moves all the way back to the 19-yard, or back to make it 1st and 19 from the 29. 3 receivers to the right, shotgun set. Snap to Carlgren, sprint left. Throwing outside to the left, and it's through the hands of the intended receiver at the 20-yard line. That was Alexis Garcia, who had separation from Van Eaton but couldn't bring the throw in. First incomplete pass from Carlgren tonight. He's 7 of 8 now for 113 yards. Second down and 19 coming up. 11:05 to play third quarter. 32-20 Concordia. Colby taking the opening kickoff, back for a touchdown and converting the 2-point play with a Hunter Vaughn run. Receivers either side, wing to the right. Now the tight end in the wing, switch to the left side. Kean Miller stands to the right of Carlgren. Carlgren takes a shotgun snap, hand off to Miller, sweeping left, hitting the backfield, and he goes down. Big loss on the play. Colin Carroll was there first, but he had plenty of help. Griffin, Barton, and Rosales.
And number 66, Ian Rosales.
Stopping Miller back at the 32-yard line. Call it the 31, a loss of 2 on the run for Miller. 3rd and 21 coming up. Excellent penetration from Colin Carroll. Shifted to defensive end late in the season, and he has really thrived at that spot. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun with a running back to the left. Chest high snap to Carlgren. Short drop. Pocket caves in around him. Carlgren steps up and throws deep down the middle of the field. Has a man open, but overshoots him in the middle of the end zone. It was Alexis Garcia who had separation from Breon Barton in coverage. But Carlgren, stepping up to avoid the rush, got too much into the throw and threw it about 3 yards beyond his intended receiver. 4th down and 21 coming up at the Colby 31. Jordan Etcher keeps his offense on the field. Cam Carlgren is the punter. Two receivers left, wing to the right. The wing comes in motion. Fake to him. Carlgren looking to throw. Sets and heaves it deep down the middle of the field. It is knocked down, incomplete. Connor Vaughn went up and batted the pass away from both Kean Miller and Alexis Garcia. There were other Colby defenders in the area as well. An interception would have cost Colby field position, so a smart play by Hunter Vaughn in coverage to knock the pass straight down. And the momentum starting to shift towards the Colby side as they force a turnover on downs. And with 10:04 to play in the third quarter, Colby down just 32-20, takes over at their own 31-yard line. Two receivers left, pistol set on first down. Colby going left to right as you listen. Snap to Vaughn and the give to Tyler Voss. Voss following Ian Rosales into the middle of the line, and the nose of the ball reaches the 35 before Vaughn is dragged backwards. Rosales tumbles over the top of the pile. There are players all tangled up in the pile as Rosales was on top of Alec Wildeman. A 4-yard gain for Voss on first down. Alec Wildeman, of course, the son of Brad Wildeman, the Concordia defensive coordinator and formerly the Colby defensive coordinator, and one time the Colby head coach in both football and boys basketball. Empty backfield for Vaughn on 2nd and 6 from the 35. Quick snap, bubble screen to the right. Zane Betts with the catch. Betts scampering towards the sideline. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage, as hustling downhill was Tyler Hobrock to make the tackle on Betts.
Tyler Hobrock.
And maybe lost half a yard on the play. Nose of the ball just shy of the 30. Call it no gain on Betts' first reception of the night. A 3rd down and 6 coming up for Colby. A long 6. Two receivers in a wing to the left side, pistol formation. Snap to Vaughn, play action. With time, throwing outside of the left, and it is tipped in through the hands of the defensive back Garcia at midfield. Intended for Colin Carroll, who got a hand on it at the 45, and on the deflection, it went right to Garcia, who was sitting back in the zone, and he couldn't close his hands around it for what would have been his second interception tonight. So after the big defensive stand, Colby goes 3 and out as Brad Wildeman's defense forces the 3rd Colby punt of the night. With 8:58 to play in this third quarter, Tyler Voss on to punt. Striker Hake deep to return. Good snap. Voss, high, wobbly spiral, taken at the 30 by Hake. Hake sweeping to the right. Flag is down. Hake to the 40, still on his feet, down the right sideline, 45-50. Escorted out of bounds at the Colby 45. But the flag came in right away, and that is likely going to negate this 25-yard return. It is an illegal block in the back on Concordia. So Concordia, instead of starting in Colby territory, will start 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And the ball moves all the way back to the 25-yard line. It's about a 35-yard punt for Voss. And then he can add 5 more on the net punt with the penalty. 32-20 Concordia in the lead. They have it. 1st and 10. Ball in the far right hash. Split backs in the backfield. Under center snap to Carlgren. He gives to Miller right up the gut for a couple.
Ian Miller on the carry.
Nick Raymer with the stop there.
Nick Raymer. 2nd down and 8 for Concordia.
Coming in quickly from his outside backer spot to make the tackle. Just 2 on the run for Miller on first down. A 4-touchdown night for Kean Miller. He has been the difference maker. Concordia has led by as many as 20, but Colby took the opening kickoff of the second half for a touchdown. They're within 32-20. Same formation on 2nd down. It is another handoff to Miller, who bounces through the pile somehow, motoring up the middle, has a first down across the 35 to the 36 before Breon Barton finally tackles him. Colby appeared to have that stuff, but Miller patiently escaped the mass of humanity and bounced it outside and then cut it right down the center of the hashes. A 10-yard run for Miller. 1st and 10 for Concordia from their own 37-yard line. Concordia taking their time on offense. They had a 6+ minute scoring drive late in the first half. Carlgren under center, 2 backs on first down. Handoff to Cleveland, sweeping left, following a pulling blocker. Cleveland hustling down the left side, has another first down up to the 48-yard line. The pulling block from the left guard, sophomore Keegan Bimes, opened up the space. Carson Van Eaton and Bryce Myers finally able to trip up Cleveland after an 11-yard run to the 48-yard line. .720 and counting to play in the third. Concordia 32, Colby 20 in this first-round playoff game in Class 3A. Same formation, 2 backs, wing to the right. Handoff up the middle to Hake. Huge hole for Hake. Down the middle of the field to the 40. Bounces outside right, 35-30. Myers in pursuit, 25-20. Hake to the 15. Myers unable to bring down Hake, who stiff arms Myers to the turf and goes the rest of the way into the end zone for a touchdown. 52 yards for striker Hake. Bryce Myers down injured at the 10, now to his feet. But another explosive play allowed for a touchdown by Colby. And striker Hake has his 4th rushing touchdown of the season to restore a 3-score advantage for the Concordia Panthers. What a stiff arm by striker Hake. These Concordia ball carriers just do not go down one-on-one on first contact. Whether it's Hake or Miller, it doesn't seem to matter. Carlgren under center. Hake the single setback and a double wing for the 2-point play. Pitch going right to Kean Miller. Miller in traffic in the backfield, grabbed around the ankle and taken down. Connor Lanning with the stop on the 2-point play. So Concordia extends their lead, but they're stopped on a 2-pointer for the first time tonight. It's Concordia 38, Colby 20 with 7:03 to play in the third quarter in this first-round Class 3A playoff game. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
With High Plains Co-op, it's great to know that the more things change, the more things stay the same. High Plains Co-op and their 8 locations in Colby, Dresden, Gem, Grainfield, Hoxie, Levant, Park, and Selden are here to give you the service you need and deserve. High Plains Co-op is there for all of your grain, feed, and fuel needs. Get the latest in markets, ag news, and information by visiting their website, highplainscoop.com. That's hi-plainscoop.com. Continuing to stand with you is High Plains Co-op.
Take advantage of Ram Power Days this month at Colby Dodge. Take advantage of discounts up to $5,000 off MSRP on new 2021 Ram 1500s. Our new inventory is building up, so if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, stop by and learn how easy it is to order a new vehicle built just for you and your needs. There's no additional cost and the process is quick and fun. Visit us in person at exit 53 I-70, Colby, Kansas, or browse online 24/7 at colbydodge.com.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Concordia gets a 52-yard touchdown run from junior striker Hake. He came into tonight with just 9 carries all year for 85 yards. He has 4 rushes tonight now for 59 yards and a score. That 52-yard touchdown run makes it 38-20 in Concordia's favor over Colby with 7:03 to play in the third quarter and what has turned into a barn burner here at Denon Field in the first round of the Class 3A playoffs. Kickoff away, low end-over-end kick, and it bounces past Isaiah Rosales. He picks it up on the run at the 16, in some trouble, makes one man miss, cuts it up the field on the right side at the 25 and up to the 29-yard line before he is taken down. Joey Henderson with the tackle for Concordia. And Rosales, who took the opening kickoff of this half back for a touchdown, for Colby's first special teams touchdown since 2019, returns that kick to the Colby 29. And that is where the Eagles will start their second offensive possession. They went 3 and out on their first true offensive drive of the half. Ball on the right hash, Colby going left to right, pistol set on first down. Snap back to Vaughn, hand off to Tyler Voss. Sweeping right, puts his head down, puts his hand on a lineman, and surges forward across the 30, up to about the 33-yard line before he's tripped up. Alec Wildeman in on the play for Concordia, along with the big lineman. Pick up a 4 to the 33. That was Michael Ashland. the big lineman in question. On 2nd and 6, jet sweep handoff left to right, Zane Betts, and Betts through a hole. Betts runs through a tackle. Betts forced out of bounds across the 40. First down yardage up to the 43-yard line. Cameron Cleveland ran him out of bounds and finished the play. 10-yard run for Zane Betts. He is nearing what would be his first 100-yard rushing game of the season. 4 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown for Betts so far tonight. Fresh set of downs for Colby with 6:21 to play in the third quarter, trailing 38-20. 2 receivers left, one to the right. Bryce Myers is the receiver right, despite looking injured at the end of that last offensive play for Concordia. Handoff to Voss, bounces outside, lost the ball, and it goes right to Aiden Poore of Concordia. Concordia returning this down the right sideline. Poore to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. That is a knife to the gut. Tyler Voss just coughed up the ball. Poore took it, it looked like right at midfield, and caught the Colby offense a little bit flat-footed as he started returning it the other way. Bryce Myers couldn't close off the angle down the right sideline, and Aiden Poore takes it 50 yards for a defensive touchdown. So it's now 44-20 Concordia, largest lead of the night for the Panthers. And what a shame for Tyler Voss on the run that took him over 100 yards rushing for the night. Just lost the ball. I didn't see if anybody clubbed it out from behind, but it just shot out of his arms and right into the arms of Aiden Poore. Carlgren takes an under center snap, pitches right to Kean Miller. Colby has Miller bottled up on a second straight 2-point play, and they throw him down for a loss. But with 6:07 to play in the third quarter, Concordia now has their largest lead of the game, 44-20 over Colby in this Class 3A first-round playoff game. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
People's State Bank offers 10 convenient locations statewide. Whether you're looking for a loan, personal or business accounts, ATMs, mobile banking, or bill pay, PSB wants to help you. At People's State Bank, we take pride in our communities. Check us out at psbbanks.com. People's State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The McDonald's is food you buckle in with your seatbelt deal. And there's no reason not to take that extra precaution, because a meal from McDonald's is not just a meal. It's often your most precious cargo.
Enjoy one of our $3 bundles, like a hot and spicy McChicken or 6-piece Chicken McNuggets, each paired with small fries. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Both Colby and Concordia have now scored non-offensive touchdowns in this third quarter. Aiden Poore returns a Tyler Voss fumble 50 yards for a Panther touchdown and widens Concordia's lead over Colby to 44-20 with 6:07 to play in the third quarter of this 3A first-round playoff game at Denon Field. End-over-end kick taken by Isaiah Rosales at the 20. They fake the end-around handoff to Zane Betts, but Concordia is not fooled. And a big stick made by Wyatt Franz, the sophomore for Concordia, who bear hugs Rosales and slams him down at about the 27-yard line. That is where Colby will start this drive, and the Colby offense, which looked like it was finding a rhythm with 2 touchdown drives in the second quarter, has so far in this third quarter gone 3 and out and then fumbled the ball directly into the arms of a Concordia defender for a touchdown. Colby out with an empty backfield, 3 receivers short side right on this first down play. Motion from the receiver left, Zane Betts. And the snap is mishandled by Hunter Vaughn. He dives on it, and then 3 defenders dive on him at the 24-yard line for a 3-yard loss. That is the third time tonight that Colby has had trouble with the snap. Twice Vaughn has bobbled it. Once it went right over his head. Zach Castigliano's had a super year at center for Colby, but that has been an issue tonight. Ball on the right hash for 2nd and 13. Colby quick to the line. Pistol set. 2 receivers left. Snap back to Vaughn. Option to the left side. Vaughn with the pitch to Voss. Voss with Broom down the left side. Has a first down and more to the 40 and dragged across the 40 by a Concordia defender up to about the 42-yard line. Beautifully executed option to the wide side of the field and good blocking down the field by the Colby wide receivers, including Carson Van Eaton. A pickup of 18 for Tyler Voss and a Colby first down. Tyler Voss over the century mark for a 5th time this year, and over the 1,000-yard mark for the season as well. Last Colby Eagle to do that, Calvin Stapp in 2019. Motion from the right, Tyler Voss, end around, going right to left. It's Zane Betts following blocks up the middle of the field on this first down run. He crosses midfield down to the Concordia 49 before he is thumped to the turf by Alec Wildeman. Zane Betts picks up, call it 8 to midfield on that first down. And now Zane Betts is over the 100-yard rushing mark tonight on just 5 carries. 2nd and 2 for the Eagles, down 44-20, under 5 minutes to play in the third. Bryce Myers in motion right to left. He takes on the jet sweep and pitches to Hunter Vaughn, who's throwing deep down the right side. It is underthrown. It is intercepted. Picked off at the 25-yard line by Aiden Poore, dragged all the way back to the 19-yard line by Colin Carroll. It was Voss who took the snap. Vaughn came from the left, took the pitch, and let it go down the field to Colin Carroll, but it was just underthrown, and Aiden Poore has been a menace defensively in this second half for Concordia. Not only does he have the fumble recovery and return for a touchdown, he now has an interception, his 2nd of the season. And with 4:44 to play in the third quarter, it's Concordia ball at their own 19-yard line with a 44-20 lead and a chance on this drive to potentially deal a fatal blow to the Colby Eagles. The play design was good. The coverage was outstanding. Poore was not fooled, but if the throw had a little more on it, Carroll had a step. 1st and 10 for Concordia, ball in the near left hash. Handoff going right is faked. Carlgren keeps it in the backfield. He is driven down for a big loss back at about the 13-yard line. Colin Carroll is there. Shane Puckett is there. And Connor Lanning there as well for Colby.
Carlgren on the carry, dropped for a loss.
A big loss
Connor Lanning
of 6 on that run for Carlgren. That may have been an unwise decision to fake that handoff. Colby has been wise to the fakes to Kean Miller. It's been when Miller has gotten the ball that has been the problem for the Colby defense. Carlgren goes under center with the ball in the left hash on 2nd and long. 2 in the backfield. A handoff going right to striker Hake. He runs through an ankle tackle in the backfield, cuts it back inside, makes the man miss, then is banged down from behind just before he reaches the original line of scrimmage. There's Shane Puckett again, a name we've called a lot defensively tonight. Breon Barton helping out as well on the play. Looks like a pickup of 5 to the 18-yard line on the run for Hake. 3rd and 11 coming up for Concordia. Colby defense needs a stop. Concordia leads 44-20 with 3.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Receivers either side. Carlgren in the gun with Miller to his left, but before the snap, a timeout is taken by Concordia, the first of their allotted 3. We'll keep it here. 3:17 to play in this third quarter. Couple of updates for you. End of 3 in a non-bracket game in Class 3A. Clay Center leading Scott City 28-0. Holcomb all over Heston in a 3A playoff game, 56-18. Told you earlier that Riley County led Russell 12-0 at the half. Winner of that game plays the winner of this one next week in the regional round. In a non-bracket game, Goodland pounded Council Grove 56-0. Ulysses in Class 4A eliminated earlier tonight 46-8 by Mulvane in playoff action. Russell is hanging tough with Riley County. At the end of 3 in that game, Riley County leads Russell 12-7. Russell in their first playoff game since 2006, and they are giving the unbeaten Riley County Falcons everything they can handle. What a Jekyll and Hyde team Russell has been this year, huh? Beat Scott City, beat Colby, lost to Goodland and Smoky Valley back-to-back weeks. to wrap up their regular season. Otherwise, they would have been at home tonight, and Colby would have been on the road out in Chapman. Instead, it's Smoky Valley playing Chapman tonight. Not that anybody for Colby's disappointed about not having to make that trip. 3rd and 11 for Concordia out of the timeout. 4 wide, 3 to the left side. Shotgun snap back to Carlgren. 5-step drop. Now steps up in the pocket, loses his footing, and goes down. Pressure was coming from Colin Carroll, but Carlgren just fell down back at the 14-yard line as he was trying to climb the pocket. Colin Carroll will get credit for the sack as the nearest player in the vicinity. 2.5 sacks on the year for the senior Carroll, all in the last 2 weeks. Now Carlgren to punt from his own goal line. Just does get it away. High, short kick. Bounces off the helmet of Isaiah Rosales, and then he dives on the loose ball at the Concordia 47. It hit right on top of Rosales' helmet, and alertly he dove to his left to catch the ball. Thank goodness. So Colby will take over after a 33-yard punt from Carlgren at the Concordia 47. So first time tonight, Colby has started on the Panther side of the field with 2:37 to play in the third quarter. Colby trailing 44-20, needing points on this drive. 3 receivers, 2 to the wide side right. Receiver left, Zane Betts comes in motion across the face of the quarterback. Vaughn takes a snap and gives to Tyler Voss. Voss up the middle into a pile, and a horde of white jerseys forcing Voss to the turf just shy of the 40-yard line of Concordia. Pickup of, call it 5, maybe 6. Call it 5 on the first down run for Tyler Voss, his 18th carry of the night. Three receivers bunched left, including Voss in the near slot. Now Voss in motion behind the quarterback. Another low snap, gets away from Vaughn. He has to dive on it back at the Concordia 49. 4th time tonight that the snap has been an adventure for Colby. Just the kind of thing that hasn't been a problem all year, and all of a sudden tonight it is.
3rd down and 12 for Colby.
And that time you have to put it on the center a little bit more than you have to put it on the quarterback, as it was low and wide. So that's twice tonight the snap has been errant, and twice tonight that Hunter Vaughn hasn't handled it right. 3rd and 12 from the Concordia 49. Ball on the far left hash, 2 receivers right, pistol formation. Snap back to Vaughn, sprint right, looking down the field, throwing into the slot, and it is knocked away, incomplete. Bryce Myers took a hit from Cav Carlgren, who was going up looking for the interception. But Carlgren did what you're supposed to do and what you're allowed to do. He played the ball, and in doing so, the ball bounced off his hands, and he collided with Bryce Myers, who has taken a bit of a beating tonight. But thankfully, Myers is to his feet. 4th and 12 coming up with 1:21 to play in the third. Colby keeping the offense on the field. Two receivers left, Betts in the slot. 2 receivers right, Carroll in the slot. Voss to the left of Vaughn in the gun. Chest high snap, 5-step drop. Vaughn with time, throwing a dart over the middle, and he overthrows. Colin Carroll incomplete at the 25-yard line. Had the pass had a little bit more air underneath it, Carroll might have been able to run onto it as he had inside position on the defensive back, but the pass hits the turf. It's been a tough night passing for Hunter Vaughn. Now 5 of 13 for 28 yards with a touchdown and 2 interceptions. And for the first time in the half, Colby turns the ball over on downs. 4 possessions in this second half for Colby. 2 have ended on turnovers, 1 have ended in a punt, and 1 has ended on a turnover on downs. So with 1:17 to play in the third and a 44-20 lead, Concordia takes over at their own 49-yard line. Snap under center to Carlgren. The handoff goes up the middle, and a gain of about 4 on the first down run for Kean Miller. Down to the Colby 46 or 47. Call it a gain of 4.
2nd down and 6 for the Panthers.
That is the 13th carry for Kean Miller tonight for 181 yards. He has 4 of their 5 offensive touchdowns tonight. Had all 4 of them in the first half.
On 2nd and 6, Carlgren again gives it up the middle to Miller, who bounces it to the right, shifts his way through the mass of humanity in the middle of the field, picks up the first down, and makes his way down to the Colby 36. Nifty footwork from Kean Miller. He's so low to the ground at 5'7" and just has great balance and vision and speed and power, everything you want in a running back. Picked up 11 on that run as he closes in on a 200-yard performance. On 1st and 10, sweep going right to Cameron Cleveland, and Cleveland barreling through tackles, crosses the 25-yard line outside the right hash, down to the Colby 23, a 13-yard run for Cleveland, and a first down.
First down and 10 for the Panthers.
And Concordia making it look easy here with a 24-point lead in the final minute of this third quarter. They are quick to the line. Carlgren takes the snap. Hand off again to Cleveland, sweeping right, and he is taken down by Connor Lanning as a flag comes in behind the play. Ian Rosales, Shane Puckett, and Colin Carroll are looking at the official as the flag came out, as if to say, are you going to call something? And they do. A penalty on Concordia on the play. Negates a 6 or 7 yard run there by Cleveland. The officials are conferring on the spot of the foul. It looks like the flag was behind the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage was the 23, and the ball comes back to the, call it the 39 or the 38. So that's a 15-yard penalty. And 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 25. 7 seconds and counting to play in the third. Concordia snaps the ball, play action. Carlgren to throw over the middle and has a man. It's his big tight end, Tyler Hobrock, rumbling down the middle of the field. Finally tackled at the 11-yard line. 27 yards and a first down on the final play of quarter number 3. Put your 4 fingers in the air, Colby fans. The black and orange need you. 1 quarter left in somebody's season. It's Concordia trying to finish off Colby as we go to the fourth quarter. Concordia 44 and Colby 20 in Class 3A Round 1 playoff action. You're listening to the Eagles on radio on 100.3 The Ride.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. McKee Inc. helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call McKee Inc. to hear more about how we can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 785-462-3132.
This is Dr. Kristen Parker from Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. One of the top priorities at our clinic is making sure our patients are comfortable. For some, walking into a doctor's office of any kind can be nerve-wracking. Rest assured, we never ask or force anyone to do anything that compromises their comfort. After all, the whole point of chiropractic care is to make sure you feel better. For effective, comfortable, and professional care, make your next appointment with Northwest Kansas Chiropractic. Learn more at nwkchiro.com.
The Eagles on radio, 100.3 The Ride.
Dan Lucero back with you from Denon Field in Colby on KRDQ. Colby, 100.3 The Ride, your home for the Colby Eagles on the radio. Colby and Concordia in round 1 of the Class 3A football playoffs. It's Concordia with a 44-20 lead and a 1st and 10 on Colby's 11 as the fourth quarter is underway. Concordia moving left to right as you listen. A reverse handoff going left was, I believe, Poor, or was that Cleveland? Couldn't tell.
Ball carried by number 10, Braden Primo.
Check that. That was Braden Primo, number 10. First carry of the night for Primo. He took a reverse handoff from Kean Miller and picked up 1 yard to the 10. So some deception, but the Colby defense was wise to it. Ball on the far left hash for 2nd and 9 from the 10. Cav Carlgren goes under center, a double wing with a single setback Hake. Motion from the wing left, Miller. Fake to him, and rumbling left is Carlgren, and Breon Barton cuts him off and throws him out of bounds for a loss.
Made by Breon Barton.
One of the real promising developments for Colby for this year and for the future certainly has been the play of Breon Barton at linebacker in these last 3 weeks. He seized hold of a starting spot before the Scott City game, had a sack and a pick six in that game, and just got a tackle for a loss on Carlgren there. He looks like he'll be a big piece on next year's defense, no doubt about it. 3rd and 11. Handoff, sweeping right, it's Miller, cuts it inside, weaving back to the outside of the left, inside the 5, and being chased into the end zone for his 5th touchdown of the night. An 11-yard touchdown run for Kean Miller to just about put this one on ice for the Concordia Panthers with 10:58 to play. An 11-yard touchdown run by Kean Miller, and with that, unofficially, he goes over 200 yards rushing tonight. 15 carries for 203 yards. Do you think that's a big number? He had over 400 rushing yards in the Council Grove game. Now Miller takes a handoff on the 2-point play and scoots in off of left tackle for the 2 points. And now Concordia's lead is 32 points, the largest it has been tonight, 52-20 with 10:58 to play. We're back in a minute. You're listening to the Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
The Colby Free Press brings residents of Thomas County news, pictures, and commentary on the happenings, issues, and events that impact the lives of residents of Thomas County. The Colby Free Press is informative and affordable. The Colby Free Press is a local daily newspaper that has earned a great reputation for journalistic excellence and extensive knowledge of the local communities of Colby, Rexford, Brewster, and surrounding communities.
Hello, this is J.L. Evans with Western State Bank in Colby. If you're looking for a commercial or ag loan, stop by and see Matt Smith or myself at our home on the range, 1750 South Range in Colby. If you're too busy to come see us, we'd be glad to come to your place of business or farm. If you're in the market for a home loan or would like to refinance and take advantage of the current low home loan rates, come in and see Janice Cates to learn about all the home loan products at Western State Bank in Colby. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The Eagles on Radio, 100.3 The Ride.
It's been the Kean Miller Show tonight for the visiting Concordia Panthers at Denon Field. He has 5 touchdowns tonight after his 11-yard touchdown run early in this 4th quarter. That makes it 52-20, Concordia leading Colby in this 3A first-round playoff contest. The kickoff is short end over end and fair caught at the 31-yard line by Tucker Wark for Colby.
Fair catch called by number 5, Tucker Wark.
And that's where the Eagles will start their drive, their own 31-yard line. Colby returned the opening kickoff of this second half for a touchdown and got within 32-20 of Concordia, but Concordia has scored 20 consecutive points, and Colby has punted, fumbled, thrown an interception, and turned the ball over on downs on their 4 offensive possessions here in the second half. Ball on the far right hash. Colby going right to left in the 4th quarter. Pistol set on first down. The handoff to Tyler Voss. Voss right into the arms of the defender. That was Dale Deno, the senior defensive end, who drops Voss for a short gain, if any. They're going to say no gain. Stopped at the line.
No gain brings up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles.
2nd and 10 coming up. Colby has run the ball very well. They have 200-yard rushers tonight for the first time all year, but they have not been able to complement that with the passing game this evening. 2 receivers left, split backs around Vaughn in the shotgun. Hunter takes a high snap, hands it off to Tyler Voss, sweeping right, trying to skitter through the line, but he is thrown backwards by a horde of Concordia defenders rallying to the football, exactly what their defensive coordinator Brad Wildeman loves to see. Pick up a 2, maybe 3, call it 2 on that run for Voss. 3rd and 8 coming up. Under 10 minutes to play here at Denon Field, and Colby sends 3 receivers to the left, including Voss. Wing right, Zane Betts. Vaughn takes a shotgun snap. 5-step drop and a throw deep down the middle of the field. Over the top, caught. Colin Carroll inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Perfect deep ball from Hunter Vaughn to Colin Carroll.
Tackle made by Snell for Concordia.
That is a 34-yard connection from the junior quarterback to the senior tight end. Second catch tonight for Colin Carroll. and a Colby first down. Colby ball 1st and 10 from their own from the Concordia 33-yard line as they try and get offensive points for the first time in this second half. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, ball on the right hash. Vaughn takes a low snap, 5-step drop with time. Another deep ball down the middle of the field looking for Zane Betts, and the pass is intercepted. Picked off by Aiden Poore at the 2, his second interception tonight, and Poore on the return as a flag comes down the right sideline to the 40 to midfield before he's finally caught by Carson Van Eaton and tackled at the 49. Now this return is coming back. There's a flag back at the 25-yard line that's going to be a block in the back. But Hunter Vaughn is intercepted for the 3rd time tonight, the 2nd time by Aiden Poore, who jumped that post route intended for Zane Betts, appeared to make contact with Betts in the act of intercepting the pass. But the only flag on the field is on the return and not on the play. So Aiden Poore, who has a fumble return for a touchdown in this half in addition to 2 interceptions, makes another monster play. And Hunter Vaughn is picked off tonight for the 3rd time and for the 10th time this season. The penalty moves the ball back to the 16-yard line of Concordia. And with 9:05 to play and a 52-20 lead, the Panthers have the football and they are in milk the clock mode. Cav Carlgren goes under center with the ball in the near right hash. 2 men in the backfield, 1 wing to the right. Handoff going right. It is Kean Miller losing his footing as he's being chased by Tyler Voss and stumbling down. Check that. That was not Miller. That was Drew Sterrett, a freshman. So we're going to see some different ball carriers tonight, it looks like, for the Concordia Panthers. Drew Sterrett picked up, call it 3 yards to the 19 on his first carry tonight. And Concordia taking their time getting to the line for this 2nd down and 7. Carlgren hands off to Sterrett again, sweeping left, following his blocks. Chased down from behind. Breon Barton runs him down at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 2.
Tackle made by number 12, Breon Barton.
3rd down and 5 upcoming for Concordia.
3rd down and 5 for the Panthers.
The Colby Eagles coming into this year had not had a non-winning season since they went 5-5 in Chris Gardner's final year as head coach in 2016. They had not had a losing season since the year before that when they went 4-6 in 2015. Both of those streaks will be snapped with a loss here tonight. Before the 3rd down and 5, it took Concordia too long to get to the line of scrimmage, so Jordan Etcher has to burn his final timeout. Or rather, his 2nd timeout. Still has 1 more in his pocket with 7:42 to play in this game. Concordia leading Colby 52-20. They have scored 20 consecutive points in this second half after Colby took the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter for a score. The Colby offense turning the ball over 3 times in this second half. They've turned it over 4 times now tonight, and they have not forced a Concordia turnover. Colby came in with a +9 turnover margin on the season. A lot of that was the +4 they had last week in their win over Goodland. But yes, this will be the first losing season for the Colby Eagles since 2015. The first one in the Reese McKinney era, as they will fall short tonight for the 2nd straight year, see their season end in the Week 9 first-round playoff game in Class 3A. Colby's first-team defense still out on the field. 3rd down and 5 from the 21. Shotgun snap to the backup quarterback, Braden Primo, and he bursts ahead. Big speed for Primo across the 40. Ankle tackle by Tyler Voss all the way up at the 43-yard line. Holy cow.
First down for the Panthers.
That was remarkable speed from the sophomore Braden Primo. Marked down at the 42 officially. That is a 21-yard run on 3rd and 5. So it's fully the second-team offense out there now for Jordan Etcher and Concordia as the clock goes under 7.5 minutes. Concordia next week will play Riley County again. Riley County got all they could handle from the Russell Broncos tonight before they held on to win 18-15 at Riley County tonight. So the unbeaten Falcons will play Concordia for the second time in 4 weeks. Riley County beat Concordia 48-7 in Week 7. Primo with the keeper again on first down, ducking the shoulder and barreling over a Colby defender up to the 49-yard line.
On the carry, tackle made by number 4, Tyler Voss.
Pickup of 7 for Primo on that first down run. And it must be said that that ducking the shoulder and powering over a Colby defender for extra yards, that has been a hallmark of this game for anybody carrying the ball for Concordia. They've been a little more physical, they've been a lot faster, and they've been a little stronger. Those are all things that will certainly stand out and be talking points for Reese McKinney and his coaching staff moving forward. Second down handoff, Starrett sweeping right, hitting the backfield, and down he goes. And now they're going to throw a flag on Colby. That was Colin Carroll with the stop, but after the play, Tyler Raymer was locked up with Keegan Bimes, the offensive guard, and threw Bimes down, and there was a frustration element to that penalty for sure. You've maybe heard some grumbling from the Colby crowd about what they have felt have been extracurriculars on the part of the Concordia Panthers tonight that the officials have perhaps looked past. But there was no looking beyond that. Tyler Raymer just threw Beams to the ground. And that's going to get called every single time. So that play lost 2 yards on the run for Starrett. But the personal foul will give Concordia 15 extra yards and a fresh set of downs. 6:17 to play in this game and a 52-20 lead. Concordia will have a 1st and 10 at the Colby 37. Clock rolling. Receiver goes left for Concordia. Receiver goes right. Wing goes right. Primo in the gun, running back to his left. Shotgun snap. Primo with the keeper up the middle, running right through Tyler Voss. Leg tackle by Shane Puckett at the 30-yard line. A 7-yard run on first down. So Cav Carlgren may be graduating for Concordia, but they look like they're going to be in good hands, at least on the ground, at quarterback next year with this Braden Primo. 5'10", 190, but he is quick. He can get up to top speed, and he runs very aggressively, just like the rest of his teammates. Under 5.5 minutes to play in this one. Colby trailing 52-20. Concordia jumped on top to a 16-0 lead in the first, and they have not looked back. On 2nd and 3, shotgun snap to Primo, handoff to Starrett, sweeping right. He tumbles over a Colby defender. That was Voss, who was down on the ground at the 30.
Starrett on the carry and on the play for Colby.
Starrett a yard shy of the first down, picks up 2. Fourth carry for the freshman Starrett.
3rd and 1 for Concordia.
3rd and 1 for Concordia from the 29-yard line, called the 28. They have already milked nearly 5 minutes on this drive, over 4.5. Wing right, receivers either side. Ball on the right hash with Concordia moving left to right. Primo keeps himself, bumps into the pile, surging forward, and appears to have first down yardage. Needed to get to the 27, and I believe he's done exactly that.
Defenders for Colby on the play.
Shane Puckett bring on Barton there on the stop, and the ball is spotted at the 27-yard line. 2-yard gain for Primo, and the sticks move first down Concordia. Primo with 38 yards on 5 carries. 4 of those carries on this drive. Clock will go under 4 minutes before Concordia needs to snap it again. Concordia will go to 7-2, snapping a 2-game losing streak that ended their regular season. They've already secured their first back-to-back winning seasons as a program since 2014-2015. They'll play Riley County next Friday night. 2 receivers left. Shotgun snap to Primo. Handoff to Sterrett. Sweeping right. Flag is down. Sterrett turns the corner at the 15 and then is undercut by Shane Puckett before he can cut back. But a flag in the backfield suggests, in fact, there are 2 flags on this play, and they suggest that this one is coming back.
Flags on the play.
Officials are conferring. Sterrett had picked up 13 yards on the run, but it's all coming back. Holding on Concordia. And the flag occurred, or the foul occurred, behind the line of scrimmage. Ball goes all the way back to the 40. So the flag is 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, a 13-yard holding foul. First and 23 for Concordia. 3:49 and counting to play. Concordia with the game well in hand, 52-20. Shotgun snap, a high one to Primo. He sprints left, looks to throw. Fires outside of the right and has a reception. Forced out of bounds at the 30-yard line is Peyton Brees.
Peyton Brees is complete.
It is Brees' 3rd catch of the season on Primo's first pass tonight.
2nd and 13 for the Panthers.
And it picks up 10 yards. 2nd and 13 coming up. Brees went out of bounds. That stops the clock with 3:37 to go. Coming up on 6 minutes elapsed on this drive for the Panthers. Primo in the gun, a running back to his left, a wing to his right, ball on the far left hash. High snap through the hands of Primo. Ball is still on the ground, and Colby dives on it. Colby's got the ball at the 35-yard line. Shane Puckett recovers the fumble. And Colby forces their first turnover of the night. Shane Puckett diving on that loose ball. Primo couldn't get it. A lineman had a chance and couldn't get it. And Shane Puckett made no mistake. So Colby takes over at their own 35 with 3:33, and as an offense hoping not to be shut out in this second half. First team offense is on the field. A handoff goes to Tyler Voss on first down, and Voss right into the middle following the block of Nick Raymer up to the 40-yard line for 5 yards on first down on his 21st carry tonight.
2nd and 5.
Tyler Voss leaving it all out there. Of course, you're going to hear his name during the wrestling season, along with a couple of other Colby football players, Connor Lanning too. We'll hear some of these names during basketball season. Hunter Vaughn, of course, returning as a starter for Coach Parker McKee. Jet sweep going left. It's Zane Betts on the second down carry. He gets smacked after a 1-yard gain just outside the left hash. Driven backwards on the play. Lance Howard with the pursuit down the line. And Betts gains just 1 on the second down carry. 3rd and 4 coming up for Colby. Trailing 52-20 with 2:40 and counting to play. The Eagles just trying to add a touchdown for consolation's sake here on this drive. Wing and a receiver left, running back to the left. The receiver, Myers, from the left comes in motion. Snap back to Vaughn. 5-step drop, throwing outside to the left, and a catch by Voss at midfield. He's shouldered out of bounds at the Concordia 48-yard line. 11 yards to Tyler Voss, his first catch of the night.
Picked up the first down on the play.
And a first down for the Eagles. Reception number 18 on the season for Tyler Voss. 2:18 to go and a fresh set of downs. Colby sends 2 receivers and a wing to the right. 1 receiver to the left, ball on the left hash. Vaughn, 5-step drop. Throwing outside of the right, has a man open at Zane Betts against the zone, and Betts has first down yardage down to close to the 35-yard line of Concordia.
Tackle made by number 31.
See where they spot this. If they spot it at the 35, they do. Call it a 13-yard connection to Zane Betts on his second catch tonight. Another first down for Colby with 2:09 to play in the fourth. Down 52-20. This drive is for Pride. Shotgun, 2 receivers left. Receiver right, Betts motions behind the quarterback. Snap to Vaughn. It's a pitch to Betts, who drops the ball and dives on it back at the 38 for a 3-yard loss.
On the mishandled pitch.
Nothing wrong with the pitch. Betts just didn't bring it in clean. It's a loss of 4 on the play.
On the play brings up 2nd and 13 for the Eagles.
2nd and 14 coming up. Clock continuing to move. Under 90 seconds. Colby just now aligning themselves on offense, getting the signal from the sideline. Hunter Vaughn with an empty backfield. Tight end and a receiver right. 3 receivers to the short side left. Snap to Vaughn. 5-step drop. Plenty of time. Vaughn deep down the left sideline and dragging the toe, making the catch on the sideline is Carson Van Eaton. You talk about walking the tightrope. Van Eaton makes the catch at the 15-yard line, 24 yards, and a first down. That was as good a footwork as you're going to see from a wide receiver at this level. That was super. And Hunter Vaughn up over 100 yards passing for the 6th time this season, at 110 now on 9 of 18 through the air. And Concordia calls a timeout with 1:09 to play in the game. It is their final timeout. They want to keep Colby out here. Colby, again, looking for their first offensive points since the second quarter. Their only points of the second half were when Isaiah Rosales took the opening kickoff 75 yards for a score. So the clock stops with 1:09 to play in the game. Colby has all of their timeouts they can use if they wish. This has been the best drive of the night for Vaughn in the Colby passing game, and doing so against a combination of first and second teamers for the Concordia D. Three different receivers have receptions on this drive. That was Carson Van Eaton's first catch tonight and 10th of the season. And he had both feet in. It would have been a catch in the NFL. Both feet, both tippy toes, right on the boundary at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for Colby. 2 receivers short side left, pistol set. Motion from the right, Zane Betts across to the left. Snap to Vaughn, give to Voss. Voss up the left guard, wrapped up by Concordia and driven backwards after a short gain. When I say Concordia, I mean a bunch of Concordia Panthers. Stopping Tyler Voss after a 2-yard gain. Under a minute to play now.
2nd down 8 for the Eagles.
Colby would love to finish on a bit of a high note with a score on this final drive of the season. Motion from the right, Betts in the same formation. It is another handoff to Voss, sprinting left to the 10, dragging tacklers inside the 5, has a first down to the 4. That should stop the clock, and does, with 28 seconds left.
By number 31, Alexis Garcia.
Tyler Voss picks up 10 yards to the 3 or to the 4. Let's see. Mark it at the 4, so it's a 9-yard run. 1st and goal for Colby from the 4-yard line. Colby quick to the line. The clock is running. Motion from the left. Betts behind the quarterback. Vaughn with an option to the right. Throwing over the middle and has a catch in the end zone to Bryce Myers. It's a touchdown, but there's a flag down.
27 Bryce Myers is complete for a touchdown.
A flag down is going to negate this play, it appears, with 19 seconds left. Hunter Vaughn appeared to have a second passing touchdown of the night to Bryce Myers on a RPO to the right side. Now the officials are discussing this, surrounded by Colby. It almost looks like they're in a huddle with the Colby players. And Colby players are marching backwards. Is it an illegal man downfield? That's the call. You get those sometimes
Receiver downfield called against the Eagles.
on those run-pass option plays where the lineman will block as though it is a running play and it leaks out a little too far down the field when the pass is thrown. And so you have to throw that 5-yard flag. So it's now 1st and goal from the 9 with 19 seconds left in the game. Clock is stopped with the penalty. Empty backfield for Hunter Vaughn. 3 receivers left, wing to the right. The wing Betts in motion. The handoff goes to Betts. Betts trying to cut inside, runs through 1 tackle, not a second, muscled down at the 6 with 12 seconds left. A 3-yard run for Zane Betts. Colby does not appear inclined to call a timeout, run one more play, and now they do with 4 seconds left.
Timeout called by Colby.
Just as I was saying that they look content to call it good, Reese McKinney does call his first timeout. And there will be one more play in this 2021 season for the Colby Eagles, trailing 52-20 here in this first round playoff contest in Class 3A. Stay tuned for the Farmers and Merchants Bank postgame show. We'll get you the final stats, a scoring summary. We'll name a Colby Dodge Ram Tough player of the game, and we'll hear from the head coach of the Eagles, Reese McKinney, one final time.
And pick up any trash. Pick up any trash you might have left or your neighbor left.
Colby came into tonight with momentum, but what they did not come into tonight with was an answer for Kean Miller. The star senior for Concordia with 5 touchdowns, 4 on the ground, 1 in the receiving game. Colby comes away from the sideline with one more play. Two receivers go to the right, Myers and Betts in the slot. One receiver left, Van Eaton. Pistol set with Betts Voss the deep end. Betts comes in motion behind the quarterback. It's a handoff to Tyler Voss, and Voss runs into a pile at the 5, fighting as hard as he can, but unable to reach pay dirt. And that's a metaphorical way to end this football game. A 1-yard run for Tyler Voss, and that is your ball game. Final score tonight from Denon Field, Concordia 52 and Colby 20. Concordia advances in the Class 3A playoffs to the regionals with a 7-2 record. Colby's season ends with a record of 4-5. It is the first